Hmm. Hmm. Shut up, Artemis. Shush.
Hello,
Oh, hey, CJ.
could you do me a favor,
No, but yeah, what's up?
Could you,
Fuck off.
in the Roll20, go to the CoG, your options,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
go down to audio and video,
Uh-huh.
and turn it off for this game, because we're going to be using Discord to play?
Yeah. I apologize.
You're fine.
Can you see and hear me when I'm sitting there?
No,
Okay.
my camera is like there's like a corner in the corner of the screen. So it's like,
Oh,
hey, your
yeah.
voice and video isn't running. You want to turn that on?
No, that's a pro ask, you know, because I'm sitting there, and it still says the same thing for me. So I'm gonna refresh it. But yeah, I didn't know you could push it or put it away. You know, that's why I was just living with it, like an American. It's.
I mean, I did it. You might have to like press a couple of buttons.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do none. Oops.
Perfect.
Fuck
There we
yeah.
go. Turn it off for everyone.
No.
think-
Huh.
Itchy and Christian are gonna turn on.
Christian has been bothering me all day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm sure Itchy will show up.
Ah, boy, Itchy no.
Yeah, I can't say that I've talked to Itchy yet today, but I did tell him, 15 minutes at the whenever I sent it to you.
Right, where's my 45 revolver?
Where's my fucking revolver? Let me look over at my story. I know you don't give a fuck about shit like this, CJ, but I was thinking about you today when I did it, but someone was like saying a bunch of dumb shit on Reddit today and I couldn't help myself and I had to get into a Reddit argument, right? And like they just kept like it's just one of those people who they think they're fucking smart as fuck, and they're really what is it called, literate, like you can spell and shit really good, you know what I'm saying, your grammar's amazing. And like
arguing with me.
probably they just kept trying to run me in circles and tell me I was like trying to talk about whataboutisms and shit, but whatever. But anyways, I was just frustrated, right? Because I was just telling this dude my opinion, and I'm like, you know what, man, like you win, and like I'm always like he was insulting me in a sense. And so I was just like, bro, I hope you have a really good day. And like, I'm being genuine about it. So he got fucking pissed. And he's like, stop being a fucking condescending, presumptuous asshole. That's what broke him, though. I just thought it was so funny. I'm like, this Redditor's sitting here bitching at me all day. And then when I tell him, like, I'm like, all right, I'm done. Like, you win. You're right. That's when he flips out. But
he gets even angrier.
I just thought of when you were laughing at me the one time when I was telling you about shit like this, because I was like, oh yes, sir or madam, and you were just like, oh, it's really funny that you think there's civilized people on Reddit talking to you. Hello, Christian.
People.
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing today?
It is me, Christian.
Christian.
I do not talk like I do not talk.
I do not talk like that.
That is fucking misgendering, man.
That's-
Is.
I feel like he goes into this way of talking when he's actually around other Swedish people, you know. Starts.
Talk about how I talk about other fucking Swedish people. I fucking hate it, man.
They just look at you and call you a fucking redneck.
Man, I hate being online.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I hate being online with other Scandinavians. You know that, guys.
We do. So, this should, I mean, I can't say it should be a one-shot, but I intended it to be a one-shot, but it just, you know, there's no guarantees in that. There never is. But I will say there's only, like, one mystery, you know what I'm saying? It's a main story quest.
I'm gonna drive Christian's cat crazy. I'm just gonna run up to him, put a gun in his face, and say, "Nightmare, nightmare, nightmare!"
Nightmare, nightmare, this is how we train the
Yeah.
newbies. It's what they used to do to me back in the war.
Call this being hazing. Fuck you.
Fucking kicks your false leg off and pulls a gun out of the hidden compartment. Puts it in his fucking mouth on the train or whatever.
Suck it.
Suck
Your-
it.
Your, your leg is actually just a shotgun.
Oh my god.
Today I am enjoying some, you know, Hungarian Tokai wine.
Ah, I thought when you first were saying that, I thought you were gonna say bukkake.
I have been enjoying some bukkake today. Bukkake, wine, Starfield, and fucking painting. That's my life now.
That's it now.
What have y'all been up to today?
Oh, nothing. I've been getting, honestly, I've just been building up to this, you know, trying to relax and do my chores.
What about you, CA?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I've been up to.
Wow.
What about you, Christian? You've been painting your figures?
I've been when I came home from work, I was just painting some figures, and I'm discussing some Norwegian political drama with some fellow Norwegian redditors.
Today's a
And
Reddit
somebody
day.
call- And somebody called me a slut for being a part of the Norwegian labor.
Calling you a
Party.
slut?
Ooh, it's the 20th today. That means I will get my pay shaken in a couple of hours.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go,
Ah.
Christian.
Yeah.
Christian!
Christian.
Christian!
Ah, fuck. You know, I also a couple of days ago, you know, I went to the doctor, you know, to get the fucking prognosis of my skin condition, right?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And I am getting an upgrade on that fucking medicine, you know.
Oh, they're giving you stronger medicine for your skin.
Yeah, because it just keeps getting fucking worse now, and it's just spreading, you know.
No, that's not what you fucking want.
So no, right now they're right now I'm gonna get this fucking, you know, I assume expensive stuff because they can't tell me the disability, you know. That's a detail. Also,
Why is your skin like this?
it's well, it's I think it's what you call a genetical disease, you know.
Oh, genetical disease.
Yeah, so you know like the you know like herpes, you know, when you get that, you know that herpes, you know, that little wound you get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that like constantly, but it's not herpes, and it's quite bad and it's quite widespread, you know.
Ooh, okay. Well, best of luck to you.
Yeah. So but the thing is that it has started to spread to a few of my joints. So my doctor tells me I should probably stop working soon. At least like at least physical labor.
You can get disability out of that.
Hell yeah, I will get a disability at that.
Off of a skin condition, damn. I will say, like I think it's the same for you, Christian. I don't think your climate's gonna help much because like when it's winter, my skin gets really dry, but my doors and shit, like I got an old ass house, and my one side door I always use is it's an old metal door handle, right? So on my index finger, right at your bottom joint, I got like this calloused area from it, but if it dries out too fucking hard, like in the winter, it cracks right in the fucking right at the joint crevice, and it's honestly fucking such like terrible, stupid, tiny pain. I hate it.
I get you, Mel. I get you, man. Yeah, so Mike get fucking disability, which means I will do literally nothing all day.
Fuck it, that's what I was arguing about on Reddit, was UBI, Christian, and a lot of people just, they don't want people to get money for nothing for some reason.
UBI isn't that like how fat you are?
No, it's the universal basic income.
Oh, I was thinking of BMI, sorry.
So yeah, this is not BMI.
Yeah.
This is UBI.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that you have been quite interested in UBI ever since that Andrew Yang guy.
Ever since the gang campaign.
So what were they saying, Elm? What were they roasting you for?
Well, so like, essentially, like there was a guaranteed basic income lottery in my city. You could sign up and they were picking fucking 200 people at random, and you get UBI. Someone on my community's Reddit, someone I don't even really like, ended up getting UBI and posted up a picture. They're like, I didn't spend my first fucking GBI check responsibly, and it was like cookies, a bong, and some vapes, right? So people were going after this dude, but like people just don't understand, like this guy is literally like, you're buying shit, you are putting money in other anyways.
Yeah, he just invested money in this community.
Yeah,
even though he spent it on bullshit things, like he spent money.
Yeah, like he's still acting. Yeah, and it blew me away. So that was the whole reason I had to start. And anyway, that's why I'm gonna leave it at that too.
People just want to punish the poor. People think being poor is your fault.
It is, yeah,
failing, and they want to punish you for it.
I was talking to my boss about this, about how like everything's unaffordable and how rough it is, and he doesn't know how it is. He's owned his own business for a long time, and he has free healthcare for life because he was in the military. So I was like, everything's too expensive. Regular people can't afford homes and like all this other shit, or like healthcare. And he's like, oh, it's not so bad. Every generation thinks they've got it the worst. and he basically just said, no, your people are just lazy. And I'm like, that's not true. He was like bragging. He was like, oh, I used to work 80 hours a week to have my house, and like he didn't even have his house in his name. It was him and his friend, and he was like paying to his friend's mortgage, and yeah.
Also, like, punishing the poor isn't about punishing the poor. You're not going to teach the poor to not be poor anymore by punishing them.
No, for
Punishment alone works as a tool to make you reassure yourself. If you think that when you punish someone, the choices that you make about how miserable you are at your own fucking dead-end job where you don't get to see your kids and your wife, and you get underpaid for the labor that you do, it makes you feel like you're doing the right thing, because at least you're not poor. At least you can punish the poor people who fucking live in the street. At least you've like shored yourself up against the fucking failure of your own life.
I never lived my life. I have no free time at all.
The extremes, though, the extremes of that fucked upness, I just want to point out, is like it's how you're saying, Itchy. There's some people who are like entitled, right? And some of those people are like our protectors in the sense of cops. But what I'm going to use is that video. I'm sure you guys might have seen it. But there was this dude who was a fire chief in Los Angeles, and he was hunting homeless people, and he would go out in the streets and just random homeless people fucking spray him down with bear mace when he was walking by, just because he fucking didn't like the homeless, and he felt like it brought his community down, you know. And
you shouldn't like the fact that there's homeless people.
that's good, right? But like it's like CJ's saying, don't punish the fucking homeless to get your, you know. It's your fault. Ah.
Abuse them. That's how we fix this
Abuse
problem.
them, hurt them. So I feel better about being a dead end fucking fire chief who never got to live the dreams that he actually wanted. And I have
Yeah.
to spend every day at a fucking job, and my wife hates me, and my kids don't talk to me anymore.
Right, but that's
I wonder
life.
what
That's
that
how I
is.
know
It's
life.
people.
This is
That's why. Fuck 'em.
this is my square, and the way I judge you is right.
A couple of weeks ago, I was just selling some stuff to a customer who was the biggest, fucking carpenter in the entire fucking state here, right? Sorry, I mean province. And that everything was getting unaffordable and expensive, and the yada yada. And he told me 101 different fucking way of evading paying taxes, man.
Yeah.
And then he rated it.
Yeah.
From 1 to 10.
He rated them. Okay, here's
This is the
number
best
10,
way.
The best way of avoiding Norwegian tax.
My boss is the same
Number
way. But earlier
15.
today, he came back with all these pine crates, and he had just bought them because he stores all of his stuff in his warehouse in them. And so I was like, "Oh, are those just the empty crates?" He said, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Oh, did they cost the same as the last time you bought them?" He's like, "Oh, I've got all of these for free." And I'm like, "Oh, wow, that's awesome." And he said, "Well, actually, I had to pay this much within, labor to go and get them and pick them up and bring them back." And I'm like, "How can you complain about that? You got these for free, and you're
Right.
complaining that you have to pay for fuel to drive to get them. You have to pay your employees to load and unload them. Dude, you got, I think he said 600 or 300 free giant wooden crates." And he's like, "Oh, no, it cost this much because I had to pay people to go and get them." I'm like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Fuck
No,
you.
I don't have a vinyl player.
Exactly.
All right, boys. Roll 20 time. I put the watch together in the
Calming down. I'm calming down.
It's
I'm
fine. Yes,
relaxing.
let's all
I'm okay,
breathe. Let's
I'm
all
good.
breathe. It's okay. We're living in our own worlds now, boys. We're in Discord. Nothing can hurt us.
Before, I had
I take a Billy Truncheon and hit the first person I see over the head with it.
You win. Game over. It's
to
done.
make sure they're poor.
Christian's dead.
Make sure they're poor first.
Christian's dead.
Make sure they're a poor child.
The spoons is mourning.
I just want to say, I had one of the worst and most disgusting experiences of my life today.
Ooh.
I got a face, nose, mouth, and eye full of diesel fuel,
Ooh.
and it's fucking awful. And every time I burp, I taste it. It's so bad.
Call you Ricky out here.
It
Drink a
burned
beer,
my
burp,
fucking
and
eyes.
then light it with a cigarette. It'll be fine.
I forgot our tokens.
Yeah, if you don't want to remove the backgrounds, I'm just gonna consider you an asshole. But that's just a personal gripe. All right.
Alright, I'm gonna go on tokens.
I'm gonna go.
The
remove my
watch
background
together
right
is
now.
in the cool kids, like the confusing chat that's in the fucking voice channels themselves. You know what I mean? I put it in there so no one else can come
Oh, there we
and
go.
fuck with us. Yeah, I don't know, like I'm pretty neutral about this Discord feature, honestly. I'm like, I can understand why it's there, but I'm like, what's the point
I
in
don't
making?
understand why it's there.
Why do you have text channels and voice channels when the voice channels have their own text channel?
Oh, this is a very different vibe than what I thought we were starting out with, but that's okay.
Oh, what, the background in this?
Just it in general. Like, this is
Oh.
a very
Here, I gotta turn it up. I didn't realize you were playing it.
funk.
Yeah, this is the 70s, baby. All right. I'm hoping everyone got their bell bottoms and afros and shit. This is some love and funk though, but it's just because I was trying to find some funk instrumentals so we could talk, you know. And I needed the fucking wah-wahs because I feel like that's very 70s cop. You know what I'm saying?
That's the 70s scope, my guy.
All right, boys. So I planned on we'll just do a session for a few hours, and since we're starting at 6:11, we'll just end at 8:30. And as soon as I say that, I'm gonna step away from someone knocking on my door.
I'm gonna remove my background.
Okay, I don't have my avatar saved.
Oh, I just saved it. You can go edit on your
Alright, I
character sheet
found
and then right click. Okay.
Thank you, man.
Let's see.
I did call it Jodpig, not Jodpig.
Loving the horn section. Hell yeah.
I know you love the horn section.
This is doing it for me.
Alright, my friends. I have now removed the background.
This is a WebP file.
WebP
God.
is destroying the internet.
Isn't it
We must
technically
have it now.
better in some way?
I don't know.
I don't know.
All
either.
I know is it's hard to use. And by that I mean steal.
It's sometimes it's a GIF and I hate it.
I thought the web. Yeah, you know, can I be honest? You know, WebM, you know,
No.
the file formats. I thought that stand for web meme.
Web meme P.
Oh yeah, I'm ready for some Call of Cthulhu. Have you played this before, CJ?
Yeah, actually, Itchy ran a game for us, and this was
What was it again?
you ran a game for. I played a priest whose favorite thing.
Yeah, it was like medieval.
Was that Call of Cthulhu? Oh
Yeah.
yeah. it was.
Yeah,
Shrek's hut.
we found a giant monster who had a little goblin friend, and we were all just like, "This is fine."
Elm, you have
Yes.
to respawn my character, please.
Ah, yes. How do I delete this bastard?
I hate him. Why is he so? Could you make him a little bit thinner, Elm?
I think I could actually make him thinner.
Yeah, a little bit like more. There you go. That's a normal human man. There we go. There we go. He's not 17 feet wide for some fucking reason.
There, do you guys see these some good aspects right here?
I see some good ass packs.
Imagine you're a widow who just recently found out her husband got killed in a car accident, and then these three chuckle fucks knock on your door and they're like, "Sorry, man, we're here to view the body. We're here to talk about what
So
happened."
what the fuck
We're here
happened?
to consume
Give
the
me the
evidence.
lowdown,
Yeah.
bitch, you dumb broad. Tell me what the fuck's going on.
Any coffee?
Drift, you smack her around a bit. I'll go investigate the bedroom.
Are you taking your fucking diet pills?
So
Here, I got some for you.
so we'll try to go to like 8:30 or whatever. I did intend this to be a one shot, but you know how we are, so there's no
We're only doing this for an hour and a half or 2 hours.
2 hours. Yeah, I mean, unless you guys want to go longer, I didn't want to. The reason
No,
for it,
that's cool with me if you want to do that. That's.
I just didn't want to burn
yeah.
CJ out the most because he's in like a million different games right now, and I'm just not trying to be like, come on, CJ, roleplay more.
He's got a tolerance. He needs
I
more
spent-
D&D.
8 hours yesterday trying to write a sci-fi setting and didn't. I wrote like a paragraph and was like, well, I'm gonna kill myself. And then
Just
stopped doing it.
SpongeBob
Exactly.
the. I'm telling you, CJ, for that shit, you should honestly
It's an addiction, you know?
get an addiction. Well, what I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
say was when I'm stuck like that,
Here
I love Dwarf Fortress or the Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, but Dwarf Fortress with the future mods or whatever. Just fucking launch in a few scenarios. Like, oh, I like this. Well, anyways, this game, the 70s, boys. We've already established this. We talked about our characters. Would we like to? We'll start off a little different, actually. What we're gonna do is we are going to kind of jump in a bit. I am going to paint a scene, if you will, like a keeper or a DM would. But what I'd like to happen with how we approach this one, we've played many games before. We're not tabletop novices, nor do we not know one another. I really want like not very little, but I might be an asshole to you if you do not specify like, hey, all right, out of character, let's talk about this. I would like you guys to solve this stuff in character too, right? Because that's, again, we're here for Cthulhu because we like role playing and we enjoy each other's company. If you guys want to meta my Cthulhu game, like, good luck, you know. But
This is the thing.
this is it. This is fucking it. But
Wait, this game, man. I'm gonna glitch, man.
so I'm just saying in the sense of, you guys know, like kind of in a more sense like the Red Dead roleplay, like respond to each other fucking in that sense of how you would. And I'm gonna do it in the Star Wars way again as well. Like, you know, tell me how you fucked up. Like, all right, yeah, you just fucking fumbled your dick off. Like, tell me what happened.
It's fully off.
My dick, it falls to the ground.
There's a loud thud, like dropping a huge steak, a huge steak.
I'm genuinely trying to just run us right now. This is just our own 70s cop show in a sense that has horrific underlinings, and we all might kill each other. Well, you guys might. Any other questions before we try to get into it and start painting a scene? All right. Christian?
Yeah.
I'm just doing a Christian check.
What do you mean Christian? What the
Christian
fuck
check?
is Christian check?
Christian check.
What?
Let's go.
Just I'm making
Turn your cell phone off.
I'm making sure you're there while testing how close to your mic you are to make sure you're engaged.
You want to know who calls me Christian?
Christian. Who?
Turn your phone off.
Turn the phone off. Who calls you Christian? Christian.
I'll tell you later.
Everybody, that's my name.
I shouldn't tell all of you a spicy story, but late.
Okay, yeah.
All right, boys. So I guess let me get this little sip, and I'll try to paint us a picture. All right, we're gonna do this cinematography type of way. All right. So, you know, your picture starts fading in. It's dirty, nasty apartment, and what catches your attention the quickest is we're zoomed in on a TV. This TV is flipping through channels, 70s TV, you know, fucking. Let me get the brand new gelatin, this and that. New car, only $75. Homes for sale, $20 a piece. And it's going through different 70s shows. And then it starts panning out, and you're starting to see the rest of this apartment. And it's just kind of cruddy and dark. It's not that everything's old, but there's a bit of trash and dust everywhere. And as it's zooming out, we're starting to see the living room, and then back into like a kitchen. This looks like maybe like a walk-in for some kind of an apartment. And that's when we're zooming out. We're still clicking through the TV channels, and on the kitchen table is a milk carton. And the milk carton has a, you know, missing child. Last seen, please contact this number. Got milk. And then the TV stops. And it stops on this old 70s game show. They're spinning the wheel or whatever. Oh, claim your prize! And then it starts zooming out more again. But there starts to be a disturbing amount of milk bottles on this table. Just a bunch. And you start hearing this kind of sobbing as you pan over to the kitchen, and just this kind of ridiculous mountain of missing children milk bottles. And then the sobbing slowly and steadily starts turning into a soft laugh. And then the camera cuts to Drift Sun King on his fucking motorcycle.
Got you in a stranglehold, baby.
And he's on his way to pick up Officer Weiss. Is it Weiss? Christian?
It's
Weiss?
That's my dog's name.
He's on his way to... He already has Weiss with him. He's on his way to pick up Officer Weiss because...
Vice.
Weiss.
Vice.
Weiss. Weiss. We're shitposting. You are on your way to pick up Officer Weiss, on your way to work, obviously. So, just to introduce characters again in a sense, Itchy, I want you to, like, describe your character and personality today to me, as in, like, tell me what you like how you're fucking riding the Christian's fucking house right now, essentially. Tell me how you pull up before you pick them up.
It was a Monday morning. I got onto my bike like any day. Didn't want to start this morning, so I kicked, and then it started right up. Then I rode down the freeway. I have a white open-faced helmet, and my police uniform. It's wrinkly. It's not very clean. The buttons are like in the wrong holes, and you know it's got some of my Ma's fucking mustard stains on it, and I'm going to pick up the new kid.
You're going to, well, as you're going to pick him up, and you pull right up onto his curb in the Dutch sector, if I'm not mistaken.
Dutch Avenue.
On Dutch Ave in the Dutch sector. And little Dutch.
I pull up to the address. I stop on the curb, and as is customary, I just put my motorcycle in neutral and rev it. I just hold it at the red line non-stop until this new kid comes out.
As you're just redlining it, the door opens to reveal Kurt Weiss. And Kurt, let us know what you're looking like. Come out of this door and getting into Itchy's sidecar.
Okay. So Kurt, he opens the door looking all shaggy and you know, tired, you know. Mondays, am I right?
He says that
Yeah,
as
so
he's
that's what
redlining
we're
and can't hear him. He just says it out of the door.
And yeah, he has just woken up from, you know, from his neighbors, you know, arguing, yelling, fucking, and arguing again. And then he he went out to the curb, stopped before going down the stairs, and is staring directly at the eyes of the drift son.
While you're standing on a step to be his height.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
And then he yells, "Mondays, am I right?" until Drift eventually hears him.
Drift coughs up some diesel, but you can't tell. I'm sorry.
He drinks it recreationally.
He does it on purpose. He likes the taste.
Bro, I felt like Captain Knuckles the other day because I took a little sip of this fucking 100% maple syrup I had in the tiny flask. It was hilarious. Anyways. So, Christian, are you getting into his sidecar and taking off, or is there any more descriptions we can get from this? From you getting into this?
Well, so he got this god awful looking long blonde hair. Imagine what Christian had on the 70s, but only.
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it right now in this picture.
Good. And he smells like, you know, fucking. He just smells like, you know, seaweed and weed.
Seaweed and weed.
I wonder to myself if he's wearing a wig, and I think to myself, they let this kid be a cop. He won't last a week on these mean streets.
And then
streets.
He walks to his to his motorbike and yells, "Mondays, am I right?" again.
In his ear.
I don't reply. I keep eye contact, but I do not reply to the Mondays.
Are you still redlining?
Yes. Except the moment that Christian, are you sitting down in the sidecar?
I think he's gotten in yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The moment he sits in, I stop redlining, I shut the motorcycle off, and I light a cigarette. Yeah. So, what made you become a cop, kid?
He asks every time he picks it
Every
up.
single time. He has to question his morals. This is D&D, Empress. I'm DMing for him. So, but it's Call of Cthulhu. It's horror-based D&D on kind of around real life.
And I am the only one who can fail.
You got a problem with my city? What, I haven't been doing a good enough job on the fucking streets? I haven't kept it clean enough for you? Kurt Weiss?
Well, teamwork is dreamwork, Sungin.
It's true.
You think I need you? I only got you because the chief is making me.
It says D&D. It's Call of Cthulhu. It's based more in reality.
The sergeant is making us.
The sergeant,
His
sorry.
job. Are you gonna
Well,
light the bike back up?
I didn't ask.
No, I finished my cigarette. I make him sit there while I smoke an entire cigarette.
You know, I imagine we had the same exact routine every single fucking day, you know? We said exactly the same thing.
That was a good. You want to smoke, kid?
Yeah, man.
Too bad. You get your fucking own. That's the first thing you'll learn. In my sidecar, bring your own smokes. And then I start the bike back up. And I pull out and I start riding to the precinct.
I apologize. My door rang. My neighbor was giving me Puerto Rican rice.
Oh, I think we should stay here and talk a little bit more.
Talk a little bit more now. Hey, no, but so are you? Have you started the bike up and you're revving now, going through the city?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
We should have this guitar solo while we're riding through the city.
Yeah, let me turn it up. I'm just gonna blare it. So yeah,
Kurt Wise can barely fit into the little sidecar.
you can barely fit in. It's a tiny sidecar. So I'm gonna do this just so we can start playing with mechanics. And Itchy, I would like a drive roll as you're on your way to work with Christian in your sidecar. And Christian, I believe there's a ride skill.
How good of a passenger?
How good? How good are you, bud?
So I'm guessing this is a regular roll?
Yeah, this is a regular roll, nothing hard. You're cruising down the street. It's literally gonna take something terrible for any of this to fuck up, and hopefully it doesn't. We're doing this to get acquainted with rolls.
Find this in here.
Massive failure, man. No, not massive, but it's a regular failure. Jesus.
Success.
Yeah, so you're like not giving a fuck, blaring this shit, and you're a cop. You never give fucks, right?
I'm passing everyone. I'm running every light.
You're running a light, and as you go to take a left, there's a fucking truck bearing through that fucking stop sign. But Christian, in the nick of fucking time, screams out, like, "Oh, there's a car coming, and he's speeding." So it's up to you guys if you want to go give him a ticket now. But
fucking lights on.
You-
I flip the lights
yeah.
on. Not in my city.
so you almost get hit running this red light, and you're turning around to pull over a car. CJ, I'm going to now, because I fucking do these things to myself, I'm going to give you the option, CJ, to be on your way to work and run into these guys, or to already be at the office and waiting for them.
Oh no, I'm the car that almost hit them. Definitely.
Okay, alright, perfect. So as you guys pull over the fucking, this is a truck, like this is like a it's whatever you drive. So what do you drive, CJ? What do you regularly?
It's a classy British import. It's like a
Ooh.
Rolls Royce Silver Shadow type thing.
And yeah, so CJ's an old school detective. He's also used to not giving a fuck for when it comes to traffic laws. So as you go to I'm assuming, all right, let's just say the bike stops, Itchy. You're gonna get off and approach the vehicle.
I'm also getting a big ass baton, and I want to smash this side mirror.
All right, Kurt. I want you to go up on the passenger side, all right? Just in case anything goes down, keep your eyes fucking peeled in case he pulls a piece. You got me, kid? You fucking ready?
I got you good.
All right. And I approach the window.
I want to smash his side mirror.
And so you're just gonna run up and smash his side mirror?
I think when you get close to the side mirror, there is a 45 revolver sticking out of the window pointing at you. And you hear a very gruff old man say, "Do you feel lucky, punk?"
I'm at the window watching you hold this gun, and I'm just
Yeah,
not
so
reacting.
right now, Gray is dressed in he's got like a gray suit on, like
Ooh.
pencil gray suit. There is a bottle of scotch between his thighs on the chair. He's sort of a fatter, older man, and so he's got like a sort of the bulbous like face and stomach sticking out. But he's leant over, so he's not looking at Drift. He's just pointing his gun at Kurt right now on the sidewalk.
Is your window open?
Yeah, the window's open.
Kirk is in mid like cock of the baton, right? Like he's trying to hold it up. So how do you respond to this, Kirk? Or actually both of you, honestly.
You realize I clocked you going 95 and a 30 back there.
You realize you're lucky I didn't clock you at all, right?
You know
As he's
what?
holding his gun out the other side of the window still. Towards...
I'm waiting to see what Kurt is doing. Is Kurt gonna step off?
Kurt is just standing there ready there, He thinks this is just, like a challenge of, wits,
Put the batons down,
like
kid.
his fear of,
put the
dare
baton
you.
down.
How dare you, old man? Yeah, how dare
Oh
you?
man.
Whoa!
I-
Don't you fucking say you know this is
So I'm just gonna remind you guys as you're bickering. This can go whatever way you want, but you all do usually work together, and both of you, Kurt and Drift, usually work under Cecil.
Oh,
He
I thought I
outranks
never
you.
met before.
Yes.
Chief is gonna have your fucking badge, kid.
Yeah, I put the
Just quit it.
I slipped the gun back underneath the suit jacket, leaning back into my seat. And I turn to Drift and I say, "Bike, sirens, cut us a path."
Gotcha. And I run and I jump. I leap onto this motorcycle and start doing a burnout. And I continue that burnout until Kurt gets back in the sidecar.
Yeah.
Kurt tries to imitate Sunkiss. And tries to look cool, leaping
Sunkiss.
over the trunk. Or,
And then-
the trunk.
The two of them pull off with the fucking sirens going, and I just follow them. I gun it and follow them at speed. Just driving to work like that.
So you guys are gunning to the fucking police station, sirens
Yeah.
blaring.
I take a drink out of my scotch bottle and then I dump it underneath the fucking passenger car seat.
So, adding to the many other.
Many others.
So as you guys are fucking whipping down the streets, says, this is Gotham City, New York.
Really, Gotham City, damn it.
Well, Gotham is originally the Lovecraft place. This isn't Batman
Oh.
shit. Yeah, Gotham.
Oh.
There's like
Arkham City.
yeah, Arkham. I'm sorry, God, I'm a dumbass. Arkham. See, this is my fault. Arkham City. Arkham City, New York. So as you're flying by, this is literally like you guys already know how the city is, but it's completely just fucking packed, dense, and like things are happening all over. Very few like residential areas where you work around in the sense of like actual homes. Everything is these projects or huge apartment buildings and blocks. But the police station is kind of tucked in between, I would say, the business district and kind of this more what would go into the residential area, because you guys are kind of like I don't know, your station is the big boy station. You guys are supposed to respond to all the shit that goes down. You guys have seen it all, and everyone who comes to fucking work here, they better have the cojones or whatever. So you guys are speeding through theaters, restaurants, again, apartments, different stores and whatnot, and you find your way to, you make your way to the police station, speeding and trying to drift around the corners, as you guys have done probably many times.
Is someone still at your door?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I ran away already.
Oh, okay.
I walked away when I came back and said there was someone. So you guys pull into the station, and there's, you know how it is. There's an area for police parking for your vehicles, and then across to that is the what would you call it, work vehicle lot, the police cars and motorcycles and shit. And there is a precinct impound, and there actually is a police mechanic located here. So it's the 70s, we're efficient, and we might be doing some cocaine, but we're getting everything done in house as well. So, do you come into the parking lot, lights blaring and shit still, or have you turned them off, Itchy?
No,
Oh,
I
no,
turned them off
we-
1 block away.
Okay.
Yeah. We have
I'm
it
trying to-
smoothed out where we pretend to be normal drivers when we're within 1 block.
So yeah, just you guys pull in and you pull up, and if you want, you can tell me about your personal parking spaces and stuff and how you enter the building, or do you guys just want to?
Fucking French lady, Kurt. You hear that French lady?
I do.
The
I
fuck
thought
is
this
that?
was Japanese instrumental cinema funk, Kurt. Why are they French?
Sounds French to me.
I think it is. That's why I'm confused.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of French people living here, Sunkist.
Goddamn disgrace.
He says that as you're turning off the ignition to your motorcycle and getting off. Do you hang your helmet on the motorcycle, or you guy walks around with it?
I light my cigarette before I even stand up, and then I put the helmet on the bike.
And CJ, I'm assuming you drive your really nice car. You have like a reserved space really close to the
Oh
door.
yeah.
So
I make sure it's not underneath any of the like balconies or anything. This is like an indoor garage, right? Because I don't want anyone killing themselves on top of my car.
it's kind of like it's kind of like GTA, the original GTA, when you go to blow up their police department. It's yeah, it's a closed garage, but it's got that open middle piece, you know, where the light shines through.
So I got a pretty low, very well covered
Yeah.
section, so no one can throw themselves.
Yeah,
on top of it.
no one's fucking with your shit.
I park on the sidewalk as close to the front door as I can. It's a motorcycle.
I get out, like, fucking, he gets out the car, he like, struggles a little bit because of his busted old leg, and he, like, hits his knee a couple times, the wooden one, against the door frame to try and make it, like, behave.
Which leg is wooden?
The right leg.
Your driving foot is a peg leg?
Yes.
That leg goes so fast.
And, like, slam the car door, stick a cigarro in my mouth, and, like, head past the guy who's in the, like, the booth? Like, one of the attendants.
Yeah.
Pause it on him, ask him how his wife is, like, toss him a cigarette, a loose one.
Oh, thanks.
Wish him yeah. So he made sure my car's safe.
Oh, he's always making sure. This is good old. We'll just say good old Jeffrey. Jeffrey's the old man who keeps eye over the precinct and whatnot. Watches all over the cars. He's the key master too. You know, you gotta ask him for the cruisers to check out. But yeah, he's
always ask him about his cats.
Yeah.
Talk about them. And then I head inside.
Hey, Kurt, you got change for a 20?
No,
you got change for a 20? Come on, I really need change. I gotta pay for parking, and I gotta do my mama's fucking laundry after work.
You know, I never have any money because I always pay for your parking, you know.
It doesn't cost anything to
I'll
park
pay
here.
for it. Just give me change for a 20. You got a couple of
You
fives,
have
some tens.
you will pay for it for the last couple of weeks, you know.
Listen,
Never have.
you can have I got the 20 right here. I just need smaller bills.
So I'm going to say really quick while you guys are bickering again, unlike regular Dungeons and Dragons, I will allow you guys to roll against one another.
Come on! Show me a wallet. Show me you don't have change for a 20. Prove it.
I'm not show you my wallet.
Fine, fuck it. I start walking into the.
While he walks in, Kurt is just gonna try to find any cigarette butts.
Cigarette butts?
He doesn't smoke. He just started to try and fit in with these cops in this big city.
The awkward thing. The awkward thing for Kurt is that like there is no cigarette butts because Jeff keeps it pretty fucking clean around here. But the cigarette, like the butt tray, is right next to Jeff's booth. So if he has to pick up cigarette butts, like you're gonna have to make eye contact with Jeff.
You could ask Jeff. He's probably got a garbage can.
He probably just has a cigarette. Maybe he just Itchy threw him one, or I'm sorry, CJ.
Yeah.
Cecil threw him one. I'm sorry, I have to be in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but yeah, if you want, Christian, you get some cigarette butts. They're in the ashtray. Lucky Strikes.
Kurt is gonna do his routine of going to Jeffrey and getting some cigarette butts.
so yeah.
Closes the shutters when he sees you.
It's the 70s, so they're like shades, like you twist them. But oh hey there, Kurt. Need another Lucy? Lucy for you? And he throws you a cigarette. He slides one through. There's the holes, you know, that he talks through, and he slides the cigarette through one of those holes.
It just fits exactly.
It's perfect fit.
They designed it that way on purpose.
One of these days, mein Kamerads.
One of these days,
I will finally have my own pie ship.
You'll get that raise, Kurt. We believe in you.
No, I mean, Sunken is taking all my money.
So as he says that, it fades to CJ.
I do not take his money.
Well, he's just saying that. I don't know if you're still next to Kurt right now, but it's gonna fade to CJ storming in like, CJ, how are you making your way to your office? while these guys are
slowly.
smoking.
Carefully, like fucking Cecil Gray loves the precinct. He loves being here, even though he hates the job.
There's coffee
he's
and
got
shit in
his-
here, so there's the
Yeah.
donuts and the coffee always available.
He's got his hands in his pockets. He goes through the cells first. He likes to, even though it takes him the long way around, he walks through the cells just to see like the sad fucks they got picked up last night in the drunk tank, and the petty criminals. Sees if recognizes any of them, if they're any of his contacts or anything like that. And then he goes through the bullpen where all the fucking the beat cops are working.
So this seems like an average kind of day to you when you're looking through all these cells. There's no informants or anything, and looks like you got a few drunk and disorderlies, a few people maybe just getting caught doing some stupid stuff, regular stealing, dealing, wheeling, if you will.
Wheeling sometimes.
Nothing's catching your eye though. As for this morning, it's a regular morning for you. You know what I mean?
Mornings are always good in the police station because no one's getting arrested in the morning.
Yeah, these are the leftovers. These are the
Yeah.
people who were brutal maybe all night, and now they're finally, they've worn themselves out.
And the bullpen, it's a bunch of bright-eyed, bushy-tailed fucking rookies who he likes to keep an eye on them before hitting the stairs going up to the detective's level and
Brings them
picking
each
up
a mini Milky Way bar.
He doesn't do any of that, he just
bite-sized.
pokes his head in. Then goes up to the detective office, the upper floor where the offices are.
So this is actually you have your own office. And I'm gonna cut back really quick to Sun King and Kurt, who are still just outside. Kurt, what are you doing? Are you listening? Or I'm sorry, Sun Drift. Are you listening to Kurt like ask for cigarettes and shit? Or are you making your way in? There's the diesel.
I just go right in. I'm flustered that he wouldn't give me change, and I'm also upset that he's saying I take all his money because I would never do that. And I walk in, and I whip the fucking doors open. I push them both open so hard, and then I just walk in. I go right to the coffee pot.
Yeah, there's some fresh Joe.
Someone's already brewed it.
Yeah, fresh and hot. It's the 70s. I'm not trying to. I do not belittle anyone, but there is some secretaries there. Those secretaries can be little twink boys if you want them, but the secretaries are there. The coffee is always hot, and the donuts are always fucking fresh. Unless it's Sunday, because that's the Lord's Day, and you can't get any good donuts on a Sunday.
I wink and snap my fingers at the secretary right before I get my coffee.
She does a little giggle and just keeps typing. That's 70s secretary, chauvinistic stuff, right? She has glasses on. She's smoking a cigarette out of one of those French holders. Cindy just giggles at everything. She's fucking useless besides paperwork and coffee.
I also walk to the cells and take a look at people in there.
And yeah, as I said to Cecil, as you're looking through the cells, it's just some drunken disorderlies. Maybe some of the regulars again. A few maybe come in on stealing or fucking dealing drugs and shit.
I look at the saddest, most depraved looking, just depressed, person in a drunk tank, and I'm like, oh, so you got a family? Yeah, my family means a lot to me. I'm hoping I get a fucking promotion so I can buy my ma a new ironing.
So this guy looks like a depressed pug as you're talking to him.
Family's really important.
As you're saying, he just starts kind of tearing, he's not sobbing uncontrollably, but tears are running down his eyes.
And I just overshare and go into great depth about how I love my family and family is the most important thing and that you should never turn your back on your family.
You can kind of tell this dude has been drunk and belligerent all night, and he's kind of you don't know why exactly he's not sleeping, but there's definitely he's pretty sad, but he doesn't have the effort to start bawling.
You got potential. You could get your shit together, all right? You just gotta, what you care about in your life?
He starts curling up into the fetal position on the bench or the floor or whatever.
I walk down one cell to the next person and start doing the same thing, just telling them how much I love my family.
As you're doing that, Kurt, are you coming in now, or do you want to keep talking to Jeff?
So, when he's done, talking to Jeff, giving his daily rant about life, about people, about his co-workers.
Jeff is this 80-year-old and fucking Kurt is this, how old are you again? Just this rookie kid telling him about life. You're 22, just listening
Let me
to this.
tell you about the world, man.
He is a drug user, right? So...
Yeah.
Wait, who is?
Christian.
Jeff is? I
No,
don't
Kurt.
know nothing about that.
Kurt is, yeah. Well,
And then then he goes inside, and he tries to style his hair with some spit, and then he tries to wink towards Cindy, the secretary.
she just giggles. Just keeps typing with her French cigarette.
Trying to look all cool and that, and then he walks past the cells.
I'm still
Feelings-
there, talking to every single person about how much my family means to me.
So as you guys
How
are
I do
talking, you
anything.
hear Drift! Kurt! Get in my fucking office! You know it's the Sarge.
Oh, fuck.
You know it's the
Oh,
Sarge.
Fuck, Kurt. Oh, fuck. Kurt, did we do anything that bad in the past couple days?
Oh, really
I
quick,
can't
we'll go into here to get the ambience.
Fuck.
Yeah, this is what you guys were walking through.
It is Ford up there, by the way. That's President Ford.
Why did you do it in individual letters? Damn it!
Let me just delete them. Let me delete them. There you go.
That is Ford up there. Listen, Nixon, alright? Sorry. Don't worry about Ford.
I want to know this guy's backstory so fucking bad.
Who, the dude talking to the pro? Oh, this guy?
This
Sadly,
guy looks
that's
like
just
Drift.
sadly
He
that's
looks
just
like Drift
Cheech.
Cat.
No, that's just Cheech. Sorry, from
This
Cheech
is
and
Cheech.
Chong.
Oh, okay.
That's just
Oh,
Cheech.
okay, all right.
He's turned around and become a cop. Hey man, you try some of the donuts? So,
Cheech.
Cheech. No, we can.
How have we not drug tested you yet,
don't-
Cheech?
The sad thing is he's drug tested every day. Cheech is we can make Cheech not Cheech if you guys aren't happy with that. We'll
No, that's fine.
turn him into
fine, that's
somebody.
That's fine with me.
That's incompetent Bob. Christian doesn't even know who Cheech and Chong is. Anyways, so you hear the screams of fucking sunking Kurt.
As
My
soon as I walk into his office, I face towards the American flag. I put my hand over my chest and I recite the entire Pledge of Allegiance. Guys, join me.
And as they're being screamed at, CJ, in your office, you have already been politely paged. And he hasn't even talked to you. It's just you have like this police box, right? And there's just buttons that beep for like the
Lights that shine on when it's someone's
Sarge's
trying to reach
office
you.
is beeping.
I lean back and smoke a cigarette.
All right.
I
So
finish off the cigarette and then I'll get up. And
It's too fucking
Yeah.
early. Oh, hey, Sarge.
Sarge, I'm really happy to see you boys. All right, I'm
Pledge
every
allegiance
time.
to
Did
the
you
flag
pledge of allegiance
of the
today?
United States of America.
I'm going to spread the flag. America.
Once for all.
There's that. That's a good size, right? You're a little big, maybe a little big.
Oh, put your shirt back on.
Drift, please save it. Save it for your personal life.
You know how much my mom means to me, don't you, Sarge?
Christian. It won't let me.
Sergeant.
How can I? It won't let me make him thinner. We'll make him thinner, you bitches.
Is his aspect ratio locked?
There we go. No, he's fine like this. All right, here we go. All right. Hey, fuck. I'm gonna try to not say A too much, but I'm Italian. It's hard. I only know one Italian.
I got you, Sarge. You can say whatever you want to me.
All right. It's always, Drift. Have a cigarette. He flicks you a cigarette.
I put it in
Did
with
you
my
just give him
other
the
cigarette.
pass?
What?
Did you just give him the Italian passage?
I did.
Gave him the
Just
Italian
invite him to the
pass.
pizzeria?
Hey, write down that pass for me on this pizza box while you're at it.
Palacio says he's got the pass.
He's got it. I'll wear a shirt. Anyway.
Sergeant, could I get the cigarettes?
You picking up the habit too, Kurt? And he flicks you two. He flicks him really fast though, with both hands. You don't expect
He's
it.
used to this.
Yeah.
And Kurt's eyes just brighten up as he looks at his two cigarettes like it's a newly, like it's a good catch from fishing,
So as he throws you the cigarettes, he closes the packs and kind of tucks it in his front pocket, and then he pulls out a smoking pipe and starts taking the tobacco out to pack it again, and he lights up his smoking pipe for whatever reason. And Well, boys,
His cigarettes and his cigar and his snuff and his chew.
he starts chewing and sniffing. It's all tobacco, though. You guys know it's just tobacco. He's really, it's, another week with the old lady.
Fucking Mondays, am I right?
Fucking don't tell me about Mondays.
All right.
Where's Cecil? You boys seen Cecil come in to work today?
Oh, yeah. He came in, he's still warming up.
We'll give him a minute. We'll give him because you boys get your coffee, donuts, eh?
Oh, I got my coffee right here. I went had to talk to some of our ruffians. We got a good bunch this time today.
Got a good
They
bunch.
got real potential. Really just got to set them straight, give back to the community.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't drink coffee. I am lactose intolerant.
There ain't no milk in this. And yeah, Jeff actually had to get, was one of those guys, one of the drunk ones tried to get, they tried to fuck with Jeff. They were the whole way in. No one usually fucks with Jeff. Yeah.
What the
What
fuck?
did it do to Jeff?
He was screaming. He called him a slut. Can you believe it?
Jeff is, well, Jeff is kind of,
Well, he's old. He's gotten around for being old. But we turned the guy over in the cell a few times for talking shit about Jeff.
Oh, yeah, but he's still got real potential. If you got a family, you could really look at what's important.
Nothing's more important than fucking family.
Nothing. Mwah.
He keeps eyeing the door, waiting for Cecil to come in.
I think I left out of this since I don't have the Italian pass.
I glare at you.
We both glare at you now.
Cecil has stopped at the fax machine and is quickly looking through wanted bulletins that have been put out by Interpol.
Yeah,
and
there is
FBI.
a cork board and stuff. There is the daily kind of like you're saying wanted or suspicious
Taking
activity.
that out right outside the office, and then he sort of wanders in finally. He's not got his hat on or his coat on. He's just in his pencil gray suit,
Cecil.
dress trousers, and his very pointy, very shiny black shoes.
My favorite PI or
Sarge.
detective. That is. He worked for me.
I haven't gone PI just yet, right, Sarge?
Not yet, Cecil. We both put our hands on our guns.
Yeah, I'd probably blow my brains out if they let me go from the station.
Ah,
right, Sarge?
Cecil! As you say that, I start I just kind of I sit down at my desk. The Sarge sits down, and he kind of holds onto a picture of his wife and thumbs it a little, Ah, Cecil.
Yeah.
Anyways, boys,
Just take myself out if I'm lucky. You're right.
always save one.
Always save one.
Anyways, boys, glad you had a good weekend. But listen, I got a case, and you know how this goes, boys. You're my team. You're my team for this kind of stuff. Out in
What's the details, Sarge?
out in the spoons. Got a lot of reports coming from the spoons. We have a disturbing amount of cases of missing children. Now,
You know why they call it the spoons, right?
isn't it because they use it like the instruments or whatever? They put them together and they tap.
A lot of
gelato.
people say that. A lot of people say the gelato too. A lot of people, and everybody has a differing opinion. But what I like to call it the spoons is because everybody has a one-room apartment with their whole family in it. You got to spoon together to fit on the bed.
That's
Oh.
completely incorrect. The reason why it's
Hey.
called the spoon is because they used to put spoons on their spoons on the doors on Sunday, to keep Satan away.
I thought I heard that
That's
too.
why-
Yeah,
That's why
Saturn?
it's called the spoons.
sad,
How many kids gone missing?
So this is
Are all the kids
usually
white?
what was that?
Are all the kids white?
Of course, it's the
Hey, whoa,
'70s. No, I'm just
hey.
kidding. No. The kids are of
Some of them could be Italian.
very
And these- um,
very different ethnicities and races. And this is why this is the weird part, because myself, I think we might have a serial killer, a sick fuck in this city who's targeting children.
Grabbing any bodies?
They're missing. We haven't had no bodies, no traces. That's
How many kids?
so we got about 12 reports from the spoons alone.
Ooh, over what period of time they come in, boss?
It's been about 2 weeks. 2 weeks since these have been coming in.
Oh, kids in 2 weeks. This is a sick fuck.
This is
I think
Those
it's
kids
in
is
the
probably just
pedophile.
making a gang.
So
Sorry.
the thing I will say is, we all know the spoons and stuff too. Some of these parents, they ain't the best. Some of them weren't coming forward until some other people said their kids was missing too, and they were friends of these children. So I'm kind of suspicious about what's going on in the city. Tell me about it. You live there. Tell me about it.
I know what it's like. These kids, they gotta let off some steam. So you know what they do? They go outside, they get some Playboy mags, they shoot some bottles in the alleyway with their Papa's 38, and they leave. They join a gang for a little while, but they'll be back. There's no running away from family.
Listen,
Those families are just making it up.
They'll go missing from the same fucking building, or
it ain't the same building, nah,
or...
just all over the spoons. But there is reports outside of the spoons as well, just not as concentrated. But we do believe there may be a connection. But with how Mr. Hotshot Drift was saying here, there is no specific ethnicity or sex that seems to be engaging in these disappearances. So I'm
gonna guess the first kid that went missing in the spoons as well.
First kid was in the spoons. Again, we got some reports from around the spoons as well, but not as concentrated. Maybe four different kids missing in some, like, let me look. And he starts shuffling through papers. And he goes, we got 4 in the Dutch sector. We've got 2 missing from the Knox area. We have 4 incidents from New Reagan complex. So...
What's the age range, Sarge?
So far, what we're seeing is the ages between these seem to range from about 6 to 10.
Hey, Sarge, what happened to the music?
What did happen to me? That's on me. But let me just grab my record. Do you like instrumental funk grooves? Because I got some right here.
Of course.
Yeah.
Can't stand that hippie shit, boss. But you go ahead.
Sorry, Cecil. I know you're old school.
Yeah, if it's not Big Band, you can fucking flush it down the toilet.
How's this, Kurt? Is this what the kids are listening to?
Oh yeah.
And then he takes a big like a line of snuff. Anyways,
we need to talk to the kids' parents. So
well, you need to talk. This is your case, and he hands you just a big file of paperwork. He hands it directly to Cecil.
Look for the first kid that went missing.
It is in chronological, so and I put it from top to bottom chronological, so you can see the first kid. I know how you like to work, Cecil. Best kid to worst kid. One of the problems is one of the crime families out of the spoons, the fucking De Pilatos. It's fucking great. They fucking one of the kids is missing, and I'll have to tell you about those De Pilatos, but if we don't get some results soon for the station, they might start causing a ruckus in the spoons. That's the last fucking thing we need after the fucking New Reagan incident.
They really burned down that fair, huh?
It's a fucking tragedy. Now, boys, you already know. If you need anything, you can let me know. But I'm trusting this on Cecil. You're my guy. But Drift and Kurt, you've been working with Cecil longer than anyone's ever managed to work with this man. So all I'm expecting is results. It don't have to be good or bad. I just want some results.
Can I use the shotgun this time? I know I lost my privileges a couple of weeks ago.
Now listen. When you sit here and start this, we don't want to start some kind of public uproar. If you're gonna use a gun, try to conceal it, not a shotgun. So, same with this case. If you're gonna go asking questions, just be a little discreet.
It's all because of the incident. It's just because of the incident.
We don't need to be on the news again, Kurt. And we don't need this coming up on the news now before we start investigating, before the killer might think we're on to him. If there is a killer.
Do you think it's a Penwick pedophile again?
Thank you, Sergeant. Get the fuck out of here.
He spits his coffee out and farts.
Just the bridge of my nose and just look down.
Big Lebowski style, he just throws the whole cup of coffee in Christian's face, like the mug. No, I'm just kidding.
Detective Gray gets up and leaves.
I follow.
I forgot to put Detective Gray in here with the rest of the boys.
But I do a little spin, and then I jazz hands out my coat in my coat pockets, and I'm like, yeah, and then I walk.
Yeah.
Kurt stands up, gives the Sarge, a fishing, quote, then he leaves.
Fishing
Okay.
quote.
The
What
Sarge
fishing
does
quote?
a
I want to hear
fishing.
the fishing quote.
Yeah, what?
All right. A bad day of fishing is better than a good day of work.
You know, Kurt, you're wise beyond your years. Now get to work. Get out of my office.
So I want to read the reports.
All right, so you walk into the precinct. Do you want to head to your office, and do you guys want to follow him, or
I go to
All
my
right.
office.
do you
I don't
guys
give a fuck
Loud
where
in
these
his
two go.
office?
I'll get them when I need them. If
do you
they'll
guys
come now.
follow?
Are we?
Yeah.
I try to follow.
Yeah.
Are we allowed?
Yeah,
in his
you're
office?
allowed in.
Yeah.
Am I allowed into his office?
Yeah, you're allowed
Usually,
in, rookie.
usually you're allowed in. Oops, that's Sarge's. So this
There
is
is a
Who
there
does
is
two
like
people
a
do this?
disastrously sad amount of personal effects in this office. It is like somebody has moved in and is using it, but they never actually like unpacked any of their shit. Like this is pure workspace that has no personal meaning to him whatsoever.
Gosh,
boxes
Bob.
of fucking cases and shit. Old cold cases you solved.
I'm gonna sit down and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and work out. So the first kid that went missing, what was the kid's name?
All right, so the first kid who has gone missing seems to be little Timmy.
Timmy
Timmy.
DiPilato.
Timmy DiPilato. No, the
my
DiPilato
God.
kid went on later. But Timmy was one of the first recorded missing, and this was closer to actually almost 3 weeks ago, about 2.5.
Did he go? Where did he go missing?
So
When was the
little
last time anyone
Timmy,
saw little Timmy.
little Timmy was reported missing in the Spoons. Little Timmy's parents contacted the police 48 hours after he just did not return home after a school day. They
So
figured he
he
was maybe out playing. The description would say like something about them figuring they thought he was out maybe playing stickball with the other boys and shit. It was nothing uncommon. But that night he didn't show up.
He
And
just never came home from school.
yeah, they started getting worried, and then but they're not sure. The time frame that they have is they don't know because they sent him to school that morning, and then they don't know what happened afterwards.
Let's
But
go
it's
to the fucking school.
Wait. Before we do that, I flipped to the next case. I'm looking for if this kid went missing while at school or coming home from school.
so as you flip through the cases, you will see a connection that these kids are described missing as not coming home from school.
Which school? Do they all go to the same school?
That's the next question. Do they all go to the same school in the Spoons? Oh wait, they won't because a lot of them go in they were in the Dutches and everywhere else in the city as well. So I'm assuming different schools.
There is different sectors to this city, but they all do go to a pretty big school. The education system is really weird. But yeah, they seem to go to the same school.
New Reagan Complex School.
Big, yeah, new Reagan school complex of learning of education. The Reagan Education Center, Re-Education
The
Center.
Education Center of Whiteburden.
Yeah, they call it the kid prison because of
Yeah.
the way it looks like a fucking prison.
Yeah,
The
Okay.
barbed wire.
Okay, so they all were coming home from school or at school and vanished. I guess.
So CJ, I just want to say, Cecil's just sitting down doing some basic detective thinking right at his desk.
Yeah.
I want to know what I'm sorry to push this, but I want to know what fucking Drift and Kurt are like. What are you guys doing as he's, looking through his? Because I'm assuming you're not doing anything helpful, but I just
no.
want to know what's going on in the background.
I'd like to be leaned over to the side of his desk, like pointing at things in the case and discussing, like, what was school? Huh? Did you go to the same? I'm just kind of. Well, wait, are you discussing it or are you just thinking about this yourself?
I think he's just looking through the paperwork quick right now.
Yeah, Cecil will speak out loud, but he's like speaking to himself. So when you like come in, it's like whether or not he seems to notice you, it's hard to tell.
I am trying to contribute and look and like point things out and
And Kurt,
Kurt, he's just sitting on a chair, smoking it. He's smoking a cigarette, which he got from Sarge, and throwing,
Popping
a
his brains
tennis ball.
tell me really
wall
quick.
and back.
I need Cecil to describe me the chair that he's designated as yours and where it's located. Cecil.
CJ.
Where my what? Sorry.
I need you to describe to me the chair you have picked out for Christian and where you've located it. I'm sorry.
Oh, it is one of those like shitty plastic, like kindergarten chairs that's in the corner of the room, like very much like pushed in the corner of the room away from everyone.
All right, so Itchy, as you're leaning in, you guys have drawn the conclusions that these kids are missing, obviously after school.
One final question.
All right.
These kids all have to travel around to get to the New Reagan complex. Are they like walking, taking the bus, taking the metro? Do we have a,
So
good metro?
that information is there, but it is all random actually. These kids are some are walking, some are taking a metro, some have designated buses. So they're getting to school in any kind of way they seem fit.
And getting back any kind of way they seem fit. Okay. Yeah. I guess we're gonna go take a look at the school, I think.
All right, right off to New Reagan School.
The Reagan complex. Yeah.
Reagan complex.
The
I
New
fucking
Reagan.
love it.
All right, and before we take off the New Reagan complex, I'm sorry to be the asshole, but I gotta piss really quick. So pee break,
too, man.
boys. Pee break.
This fucking music.
So how are you guys enjoying yourself?
It's good.
We're not. A bunch of kids are missing. What do you mean?
I'm having a great time. I hope more children go missing so we can find them.
Finally, something to look forward to.
You know, fishing is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Why are you buying chocolates that you don't know the contents of?
Yeah, they're labeled. It tells you right on the lid.
Yeah, it should tell you what the no one out here is selling mystery chocolate boxes. They'd fucking go out of business.
Are you sure that was
know,
chocolate?
I grew up in the ghetto of Rosario, you know. And all the German kids, they went missing one day along with their parents.
What? Why have I never heard of this? That sounds like a huge event.
Well,
Did they find them?
yeah. They got sent to Strasbourg.
Oh, that doesn't sound so bad. They just went home.
I suppose.
You made it sound pretty sinister there, Kurt. Kurt.
That's what my father and mother told me, It was pretty sinister.
One sec.
They told me it was the boogeyman. They got them.
Yeah.
And that was before they moved to America.
The New Reagan School District. New Reagan Education Complex.
Nice.
Hold on, I'm just looking up some more funk instrumentals, in case I need them.
You can ride in the car with me. We'll put the shotgun in the back trunk, because if there's a sick fuck killing children, we might have to blow his fucking head off.
So, what I will say to you guys, in a Cthulhu sense, in how CJ's saying it, like, because it's Cthulhu, like, I understand, like, trying to be realistic and role-playing or whatever, but, just for your own safety, like, be a true hypothetical American. Like, always bring the gun just in case, you know what I mean? You might not need
Yeah,
it.
also, make sure you get a 38, you piece of shit.
So yeah, as you guys are headed out of the police building, there is like a PDF for like handguns and rifles under characters. If you guys want to grab some like a gun or whatever for if you're not armed already.
You have to pay for them.
No, it's you're a cop.
You're calm, yeah.
You just
I bought my own pistol because I'm gonna kill myself with it one day. But
Can't do that with the boss's gun.
you just gotta check the guns out with Scrubby Joe. You know, he handles all the firearms and shit.
I'm getting a
Can I-
45 revolver.
I'm gonna
Oh, wait.
I'm gonna give Yo the puppy eyes and beg for a shotgun.
there is a shotgun in the trunk of the Silver Shadow already.
Why are you begging for a shotgun?
Why would I be? Why would I be? I would be a bad detective if I didn't have a shotgun just nestled in a cage in the back of my car.
Well, I'll take it. Says
You will not carry it around. It will stay in the car.
You can
But
grab.
if there's an emergency situation where we
one-
need it,
It was just one simple incident, alright? Could have happened to the best of us, alright?
I'm once again shaking my head in disgust. This fucking kid.
Fine, I'll take it.
if we have a need for a shotgun, which Lord praying, we don't.
I mean, if you don't have it on you already, I would assume everyone would be given a 44 or a 38 mandatory in the 70s police. Or
I
even a
went for the
45.
45 revolver.
Yeah.
I need the biggest bullet I can get.
Itchy has to have a 45 with that motorcycle.
Got two of them.
We
No,
head
I
off
don't.
towards the new Reagan educational correctional facility.
Wait. This particular first kid, what is their means of transport to school?
I already asked about that. They all get different variations
No,
of
this one
transport.
specifically.
This one walked.
This one walked.
Yeah.
I say, what if we went to the parents' house first? Got an idea for that before we go.
Well, because all the other kids, they got like the train or buses or like taxis.
Yeah.
So it's more like to me that if we're not examining the route they took, we're examining where they came from.
Well,
And
I
since
meant
it's not 12 children missing from one single family's apartment, it's 12 children missing from the same school.
Now, are
then
you
it's
guys like sitting in? I'm sorry. Have you left? You guys went to get guns, so I'm assuming are you in the precinct talking about this then?
yeah,
or
right after we got our guns.
all
yeah.
right, all
But
right.
I'm just saying,
heading
maybe we
towards the
should
car.
ask the families. Have the kids been acting strange lately? Anything been going on at school? Getting bullied? Anything been going on at home?
That's definitely a good
Who they've
impulse,
been
but we
hanging
should
around?
check the common place where they disappeared from first, and then we can work our way towards whether or not the kids were like disturbed. And the teacher should know any of that bullshit as well.
All right. You're the detective.
I am the detective. Thank you.
And he walks out the door with that. So, so do you?
I'm like, all right, well, he's a superior. We'll listen.
Now, do you guys want to just do you want a carpool or are you taking the motorcycle
I'm
or?
taking the motorcycle. I don't go anywhere
He's taking,
without
yeah,
old
he's
Alright.
taking the motorcycle. I'm taking Kurt in the car.
Okay, because I was gonna say if what I was thinking would be the most hilarious thing, and that's why I gave you the motorcycle. I'm not forcing you to do this, but in my mind, I just thought of like Kurt riding bitch, and then the detective being in the sidecar. But just it was just hilarity. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not forcing you to do anything.
suspension squats down with 3 people on it.
Cecil's fine driving himself.
So yeah, so you're gonna take Kurt in your vehicle, and so you're gonna take your motorcycle as well, so drift. So I'm just gonna say that you guys know where the fucking school is, obviously.
to this school.
Yeah, Kurt might have. No. Well, Kurt, did you go to this school?
No, he
Yeah,
said he was.
Kurt went to the school and graduated a couple
Yeah,
years ago.
I was gonna say because he
Christ.
migrated here, but yeah. So yeah, you guys have gone to this school. Cecil's obviously a foreigner and an old timer, so but he's been to the building. There's been like tell me about the last time you were at this building, Cecil. Why were you there?
I was here at a Scare Straight program where I pointed a gun at a bunch of children and told them to be careful.
The teachers actually applauded him, and he won a local award and was on the news.
Yeah,
Last-
full of sitting there on the stage, like taking long drags of a cigarette, being like, "Kid ever seen a murdered corpse before?
You ever seen someone's brains on the outsides, kid?
That's the
Which
fuck's that
one
happened to
of
you?
You ever seen John turn against a woman he hired for the night and beat her to an inch of her life, and then she killed the man and herself, kids? You ever seen that?
Eh?
Fucked his dead body anyways.
So
Last time Kurt was here was a week ago. Because drug dealer still goes to the school.
who's
God.
who
my
is
None of us know he's just buying drugs from a high schooler.
who is driving? Who's leading? Are you guys blaring with the sirens again?
We don't need to do the sirens.
Just wondering.
Yeah.
So, are you guys gonna stay in a little carpool and head there then? No detours or nothing.
Just
Yeah.
cruising.
Yeah, and constantly, you know, Curtis is saying, "I spy with my little eye."
If you talk to me again while we're driving,
All right,
just
so you
listen to this funky music.
this white boy.
Reaches between his legs to get the scotch bottle.
Reaches underneath the passenger seat to get a scotch bottle and just pulls it out.
He hits the scotch bottle and then he puts the cap on it and slides it back. And then as he does that, he just lifts his wrist up and hits the flask in the sleeve.
Kurt is sitting in the back seat.
Yeah, let's just. I'm sorry. Give me the. Kurt, where are you sitting?
So Kurt is sitting in the back seat, you know, and feeling so fucking cool, you know.
He's
just
used to
vibing.
getting in the back seat, didn't even think about it.
He's vibing, you know, having the window outside and smoking. Catcalling all the across the seat.
Are you listening to music,
doesn't
CJ,
slow
at all
down.
while you're driving? Are you a musicer?
Big band. Yeah, big band.
All right.
Like, we'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know where.
I spy with my little eye.
I told you to shut the fuck up.
So then you guys pull up to the new Reagan Education Center, which is this. This educates the whole city. All right.
I light a cigarette.
Well, we'll just say that this is a little corner and entrance to the school, but this school is massive. Itchy will kind of know what I'm talking about. Like I'm gonna say to Itchy to compare it to Strong, kind of. But this school like actually caters to all the districts. Like this is a weird. I don't know if it's a feat of education, but it's odd. Arkham City, just really like all of their education K through 12 is in this city. Like is in one fucking huge school. There's no separated districts or anything. And the leaders who made this like decision or whatever did this to try to maintain a constant curriculum and encourage camaraderie and the meeting of all minds. So like that they can remain like a community even though they're a huge city. We all have pride in, you know, where we went to school or our sports team, you know, the Reagan Devils.
The Gotham Goobers.
The Reagan Devils. Just Ronald Reagan with horns and a goatee, like painted red.
Yep. He's got the little devil, like, hissy tongue coming out. The snake tongue.
And next week they are having a you know, a football match against the Canadian Communists.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. We're the Reagan Angels. I'll revise that. I just did Devils because of my
We're
own
the
school.
Reagan Devils now.
Sorry, our Reagan Devils. That's fine. But yeah, so again, Drift and Kurt went to school here, so you both know the layout of the whole building. You know a lot of the teachers if they're, you know, not completely new. And if you have kids or younger family, they're going to this school. This school is a pivotal part of the community.
I think I'm gonna have Cecil's gonna turn to the two of them and be like, "You're both 12. Go find out amongst the kids if they know anything."
I see my two nephews that go to this school that live with me at home.
Yeah, you see them. They're out in the playground, right? How old are your nephews, actually? How old are your nephews go to the school?
My nephews, one of them is 14 and the other one is 8.
You see the 8-year-old out playing like it's a recess, kind of, and the gym is like this huge gated-in area, and there's just these different gym classes going on, and you see your nephew in one of them playing good old stickball.
I've done this a million times. Hop on the old Gotham complex fence.
Grown men hopping a children's fence. Going
It's the
straight into
70s, you know? Nothing's
the
weird about it.
70s. That means one of them's got his t-shirt off for some
Yeah,
reason.
he jumps the fence and opens his shirt.
He's got a huge mustache. This is completely fine.
I take off my police jacket and I'm just wearing like my Letterman jacket underneath it from this school.
All right, yeah, I could dig it. Actually, let's use mechanics. Give me a luck roll to see if you were wearing your.
Okay. So I wouldn't say that I was wearing it underneath, but I would say in my sidecar, if I'm lucky enough.
I mean, if you're lucky enough, you
the luck
either way.
roll is to see whether or not he's wearing his Letterman jacket, not to see the reaction of people as
extreme.
he jumps over the fucking.
So Itchy, you have like what team did you play for, Itchy?
Well, obviously the Reagan Devils.
Well, yeah, but like football, baseball.
Baseball. That's
So-
pretty Italian.
So when you were in the Reagan's Devils baseball league, you took us to state. You know what I mean? And you have that jersey that signifies it. Like everybody, like if you go into this school and you have you have the jersey from year to year or whatever, and they're gonna know you too because your number's on it, right? This is your personal one.
Yeah.
This isn't just some bought it like out of the event. They know you're a player, so like you instantly like the kids start like running up to you and shit. You know what I mean? And then like even like some of the teachers like come up when the kids are like trying to like crowd you. Like one of the teacher comes up and he's like, "Oh man, that was a great year. That was a great year. We took the win. Oh, I can't believe how you hit it out. I can't even remember what you did, but you did something pivotal in that game."
Anybody got change for a 20?
All these kids are like giggling and laughing and like reaching up at your money. And it's just gonna cut over to Cecil and Kurt really quick.
I thought Kurt was joining in the playground. I thought he was gonna.
I mean, if he is, let me know, Kurt.
Oh, he's not going to the playground, you know. He's going to the bathrooms.
Okay, that's creepy.
Before I jump to the
Detective
fence,
Gray puts a cigarette in his mouth and just says very softly to himself, "I'm gonna go fuck a secretary," and then walks into the school, heading towards the principal's office.
Before I jumped to the fence, I looked at Kurt and I said, "Case out the fucking perimeter. I want you to get an eye for the whole block. This is your time, kid. You gotta learn someday."
Oh, that's such a good use of him. Yeah, make him fucking pound the pavements around the school. Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. I'm doing drifts.
I've already jumped to the fence and walked up to the kids by the time he says that.
He gave you an order, bitch.
So, Itchy is waving his school jersey around, for lack of a better term, amongst children.
I'm trying to find the principal's office.
All right, and Christian, you are just gonna do like a beat around the facility.
Yeah,
Where
so
you
you know
going
he
with that?
was. Yeah, he went there not too long ago, so he recognizes quite a few people. And
So, really quick, not to deter anybody, I think this is the case. I can't remember for sure, but and I know you guys don't care right now, but if this was ever the case, and we wanted to take a turn order and know what initiative is what, I think it's based off of your dexterity rules initiative. I'm just saying in case you want to take your turns, but we are going to I know you guys don't give a fuck. I'm just letting you know for the mechanics' sake. But I will say that we'll start just because of how this situation was going. We're gonna start with Drift again. We're gonna, as Cecil's walking in and as Kurt is walking around, Drift is now engaging with this small group of youth and a teacher, and one of them is his nephew or cousin or whatever.
Hey, what's more important than family, kids? You tell your mother you'll love them when you get home. You understand me?
They're all just very like cherubic, and they're just so excited to see you. Like they can so you have your jersey on, but it's actually also blatantly obvious you're a cop because of your cop like belt, you know, and your
I got
aviators.
a badge embroidered into the jersey just for these occasions.
These kids are like flipping out. You're like their hero right now, kind of, and how you jump the fence. They're just like, whoa.
So, what is my nephew's name? Is that my choice?
If you want it to be your choice, if you don't, I got you.
Give me an Italian child name.
An Italian, I mean Joey,
Little Vinny.
Vinny, yeah, little Vinny,
Little Vinny.
little Vinny.
The other one's Joey. The older one.
Yeah, the older one's
Little Vinny.
Vinny and Joey. Deep a lot. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey,
So,
little
yeah.
Vinny, you haven't washed those pants for a week.
Hey.
I was gonna say Geppetto and Giuseppe.
Yeah, Japan.
Hey, I didn't grab a picture of this missing kid.
Vinny
and I
is doing
don't
like the
know-
classic Italian. He's like shaking his head and like kind of moving his body. You know, he's like a little, yay.
He's going with the music.
It's blaring from your still on motorcycle.
Could I attempt to remember the name of this missing child? Did we ever discuss
Not
the name?
established yet.
We've not even.
I thought I was giving
Would
you
I
guys
remember
names.
Would I remember that first missing child we're investigating?
I mean, I feel like you would remember it because it was just
Did the
today.
Sarge give us copies? Did the Sarge give us copies of the case files or just the one?
He just gave it the case to Cecil, so it's. I mean,
They're in my car.
yeah, they
Forgot
are.
my fucking documents. Shit.
I mean, if what
First
would be appropriate if I wanted to make you roll? Because I would say history, but I feel like history is more of an actual history, not your fucking memory, right?
I think intelligence is more your memory.
I'll take a diligence or an education, whatever you want to use, whatever you got higher.
Where is diligence?
Is there a diligence? I see disguise,
There is
dodge,
no
and drive.
diligence. Yeah.
Yeah, so
There's history.
yeah, but I feel like history pertains like book learning history, kind of, not the immediate history. It's like if you're an idiot. But yeah, if you want, give me an education roll, and we'll see. Or education. I'm sorry, intelligence, education or intelligence, whatever the fuck you feel more comfortable with. You're trying to.
Well, I got a pretty bad shit.
You don't remember. You remember Cecil was saying he was muttering to himself in the office, but you don't like. You just remember perusing the paperwork. You can't even remember which kid you were on. You just remember that there's a lot missing.
Hey, little Vinny, any of your friends mysteriously go missing in the last couple weeks?
Hey, oh, missing.
Yeah, anybody been sick for a little while, out sick from school for a bit?
He like kind of thinks for a minute, like how do you pronounce your name? Ponce de la Calcio?
They just call me Drip.
They call him Drift.
I was gonna make your family call you by your real name.
Where do you think
Constellation.
Drift came from?
Uncle Consty, yeah, Uncle Drift. Uncle Drift, all my friends are right here, and he like points around. All these kids are just excited and like laughing and shit.
Hey, you could. Nobody's been out sick for a little bit. You know, anybody in your class? You know, they don't have to be your friend exactly, Vinny. You know, everybody's just a friend you haven't made yet.
So throw me another luck roll.
Okay.
All right, hard success. So when you say that, this other little kid pops up and he goes, little Jeffrey, Big Jeffrey to us. Big Jeffrey's been sick for like a week now. He hasn't been in.
Oh yeah. How was he acting before he got sick? Anything weird going on? You know, anything strange?
He stole my marbles.
Stole your marbles?
Yeah.
Is that something he would usually do?
Yeah.
Oh. So nothing out of the ordinary then, huh?
No, you're the police. I just thought of it. Can you get my marbles back?
We'll get you those marbles back, but you gotta tell me if you see anything, alright? Anything weird at all. How your teacher's been, huh? How's his teacher been?
You mean Mr. Camacho?
Miss... All the people from our hometown, god damn it. I love it.
Mr. Camacho's a bit hairy, but he's been doing just fine.
He's staying off the booze?
His breath smells like my dad's sometimes.
Oh, that's alright, kid. He been good to you, huh?
Yeah, he's been really good. And so as you're talking to these kids, you're discerning that there is a kid, one of their classmates might have been this missing kid, and we're gonna fade to black and go to Kurt walking down. This school complex is fucking massive. Like, this thing is like 9 blocks big. And so Kurt, you're walking down to the sidewalk, away from all the shit that happens with Itchy. Give me, let me know. Tell me what's going on. How's your walk? What are you looking? Are you looking for anything?
I imagine that, like Kurt, he's not the brightest, so he went, he had to do redo a couple of years, so he went really, fairly, not too late. So, he still knows where all of, his friends used to be, where all the kids used to go to smoke,
Yeah, all right, I'll take that.
Especially, where all, the Dutch and German kids went, Yeah, he goes there, and, there's a couple of, greets, and there's a couple of, gang hand signs with the people from back home.
Two gang signs.
Hand signs. He does a W for Vice.
German gang signs does not sound good, man.
Yeah, they only have one gang sign, and it came out of fashion in the mid 1940s.
So where is this exactly? This is just in the school. Like there's a lounge. You went to the bathroom already and stuff.
Yeah, bathroom. Where all the people from the Dutch Avenue tend to go.
All right, and there is like you're saying, you're talking to people. Like, do you actually want to try to talk to anybody, or are you just making the beat?
I just want to find. I want to find my local drug dealer and see if he knows anything.
Give me a spot hidden roll, Christian.
He's behind the garbage can. He checks the stalls, looks for the shoes that he knows.
This is just regular. You're just looking for your drug dealer. He's always in a few different spots, but you're not seeing him off the bat.
What role am I using?
Spot hidden. Yeah, I don't know what it is today, but it seems like your old drug dealer is just not around. Like any of the places, any of the usual places.
Graduated.
You've made your way decently around the building a little bit, and you've checked a few spots, but he's just not here today.
Then he's just gonna try to find his old classmate Rudolph, who still goes to this school.
Oh, yeah, a classmate?
Yeah. Who still goes to this school,
Give me a track roll. Track down your friend.
This guy's been held back for 4 years.
Right.
More than 4 years, man.
Let's try to track down your friend.
He's a grown 28-year-old man, and he's about to redo the 9th grade.
I'm sorry because you have such a terrible track. But yeah, Christian, I mean, the school, like, it's not like you've been gone for so long, but there's so many new fucking faces, and you're just kind of getting, like, a little confused almost.
You know what, fuck it, he's gonna go to his basketball coach, since he used to be on the basketball team. Fuck it. So,
on your way to the basketball court, there's, like, an outside entrance in, and you're kind of, like, doubling back on your shit. And, on your way into the basketball court, we're just gonna say, like, I'm gonna try to do this without ruining it in a sense, because I don't want to be so blatant, but we're gonna say you stop by, like, another bathroom, or you're going by, like, some kind of, like, water fountain or something, and, you, start getting kind of a PTSD of some of a strange encounter you had recently, and you start feeling like,
smell your fear.
You start feeling like you're hearing some odd noises coming from somewhere, and it's gonna fade to black as you're going in towards the basketball court. And we are gonna cut to Cecil now, who is pushing open the doors into the main foyer of this school, and he's going to fuck a secretary.
Gets another pot of coffee, winks at the secretary.
There is fresh coffee as soon as you walk in.
Smoking cigaros as I walk amongst all these kids, like going back and forth. I go straight towards the where the fucking front desk is.
New Reagan Education Center, sir, home of the Reagan Devils.
Hey, Cody, how you doing today? Nice name, by the way.
Thank you. I am doing fabulous. How about yourself, and how may I help you?
He reaches into his back pocket and pulls out his badge and just flashes it to him and says, Detective Gray, first grade. I was wondering if I could have a look at your student records.
Of course, sir. And she starts like writing some paperwork out, and she hands you a crude hall pass.
Thank you very much, Gertie. Beautiful hair, by the way. Beautiful hair.
It has that S that everyone draws, and nobody else can draw it except the secretaries. That's how they know it's real.
And she brightens up a little at you complimenting her hair. And then she lights up a cigarette.
Go into the records room immediately.
Yeah.
I'm pulling the files for all of these kids.
So there's
like a...
These records are a little bit like there's when you walk in, it's a main foyer, and then there is some obvious like principal's offices and stuff. Like I don't know, like entrance offices that make sense. But you kind of have to go in a little past the offices. It's nothing crazy, but there's like a little room tucked to the back of student records. You've been in a million record rooms. Oh, there is just an initiative.
Yeah, I just found that by going to combat and hitting
Oh.
Dexterity 5. It adds you immediately to
Yeah, I was gonna. All right, yeah, perfect. I was gonna say it's still just your dex, but yeah, perfect. All right, anyways, I'm sorry, I forgot D20 makes Call of Cthulhu way more fun because you don't have to think about breaking things down into fifths. Anyways,
Yeah.
So this is a classic records room. It's dusty. Luckily it is sorted out, but like there's records that go back here from since this school must have been built just hundreds of years ago for Arkham, New York City.
My record is sticking out because it's like bedazzled in gold.
Why is his shirt off in this 6th grade photo of him? What is that about?
Damn, he was ripped then even.
He's wearing mesh.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for the kids, the records of the 12 kids who've gone missing.
All right, and I would
And I'm
like
pulling them.
a either well, you can give me a spot hidden, or I think I would take a library roll if you choose. I'm not seeing a more appropriate skill for.
Spot hidden is 65, library use is 45. I'm assuming you want the library use, not unless there is some
No, I'll
hidden-
take if it's a higher number, I'll take it. It doesn't matter. This is, it's the roll is the roll.
All right, let's do some spot hidden then.
Unless like I'm trying to give you the option too for roleplay in this sense. I don't know how we could roleplay off these abilities more, but if it makes more sense to you, you know what I'm saying? Take whatever. But yes. So
I kind of like the idea of computer use. I kind of like the idea that they've got like one of those little shitty mainframe computers sitting here that tells you where all the records are.
yeah, I'll take that too. Yeah, they have a shitty old clunker as well. So when you're trying to go through these files, there's so many. There's just so many. Like you can't believe it. Even though they're by ear, the amount of children that go to this school is staggering. So yeah, maybe the computer is a better idea.
I'm gonna circle back around to the computer terminal then and give that a go.
And it's just buzzing. This room is like
fuck me.
dimly lit. The computer's
use these
buzzing.
damn things.
when you press enter, it just tell me how it starts. Tell me how this computer starts breaking down.
It just short circuits. Just actually no, I turn it on and I'm like, why isn't this working? This monitor just doesn't seem to be working. And I'm like hitting the mouse and hitting keys. Oh, the monitor's turned off. And I never discover it. I never work out what's happening wrong with it.
Behind the screen, if you would have turned the screen on at that point, you would have solved the whole case. I'm just kidding.
I
I'm just
guess
kidding.
I get back up and I go back outside and I'm like, Gertie, hey, Gertie, remember me? Detective Gray, 1st grade.
Mm-hmm.
Could you do me a favor, Gertie? I know you're very busy. You seem very busy.
She's like
Gertie, am I right?
stamping papers or something.
Yeah, could you just go in there and pull these for me, Gertie? I gotta know. I like lift my leg up and I hit the knee, and I'm like, oh, old knee's acting up. I'm so sorry, Gertie.
And she kind of rolls her eyes. Let me see what I can do. And she grabs.
So I'm trying to fast talk.
What are you?
I'm trying to do.
All right, yeah. Give me. Is there a fast talk or a persuasion?
Persuade.
Yeah.
I'm trying to persuade her is what I want.
Yeah. She's agreeing already, but give me a persuasion just for the fucking sake of you failing again.
Trying to get her to hurry her ass up a little bit.
All right, yeah.
So there you go. I got a 60 on an 80.
So that's you have a great idea. So tell me how you actually she's about to go take forever looking for this shit. So you persuade her in the sense of like she liked the hair comment or whatever earlier, but she's kind of getting up a little slow. She's like, oh, all right.
I can't fuck you unless you find these kids. As fast as you can.
I think that's it. He just slaps her on the ass. Like that's the only thing they think of for a dirty 70s fucking cop to do. He just like whap to try and get her to do it quick.
Yeah, and she's just a dirty bitch. She kind of just smiles and runs away. So,
I still
we're
got it.
as you say that, it fades back to Drift, with this pile of kids around him.
Hey, you kids stay in school and remember your family is always the most important thing.
And Drift,
are
as
the
you're
teachers
saying
around
this
still?
to these kids, let me look at your character really quick. Well, regardless, as you're looking at these kids, again, not to ruin it right away, but one of the past encounters you've had, in your backstory, your
That weird
past.
nightmare.
I mean, you can talk about the things if you want with your friends. It might have been a nightmare for you. Hold on, I'll check. But you like Christian are starting to get some you are starting to see you think for a second you see a glimpse of something that you had seen in that nightmare just for a second in this small crowd, and it kind of sticks in your head weirdly as you're explaining this, and then after this jolt that I interrupted you, you go back into what you were just saying.
So are there any teachers around still?
Yeah, there's this is like a gym, there's multiple gym classes happening, so you could talk to other teachers and students if you wanted to. This is the one with your nephew, and there is a teacher present, and he's already because of the, you've got it going on because it's jersey or the fucking undershirt.
I look at this teacher and say, hey, you got change for a 20?
He cocks his head kind of weird.
I gotta do my laundry.
And he's like, hey, I guess I only got fives.
Oh, fives will do. That'll be good. Yeah.
So he takes out his wallet and starts going through it and exchanges you the shit.
For the 20. I hand him the 20 and I take the 4 5s. I wink at him. Thanks a lot, boss. And I remember this school. I'm gonna go to the groundskeeper.
And yeah, he just trades the money just fine. I'm like, well, no problem, man. Thanks for it. Just, I can't believe you brought back that kind of nostalgia today, showing up with something like that. I mean, wow, those were the days.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, golden years.
And then you're walking off as you're saying this.
Yeah. I to the kids again. I'm like, stay in school. Just, be good kids. Stay off the drugs. Cigarettes are okay.
And they all kind of cheer, and they're running around just excited little children. And the teacher's like, all right, come on, kids, back to the stickball.
Stickball. This place really brings me back.
So are you headed to go in and try to join Cecil at all, or what are you headed to do?
I was going to the groundskeeper area.
Oh yeah, sorry, the groundskeeper area.
Take care of the building and the.
So as you've been talking about this, and you're going to pass the groundskeeper area, you would see in the distance Christian about to go into the gymnasium. Would you like to intercept him or call out to him, or do you just want to stay?
I pinch my nose and look down, disappointed. I shake my head, and then I just ignore him.
And you see him walking in towards the gymnasium. So you come up on the groundskeeper area, which is it is a little kind of tucked away shed, and it is by these sports fields, because these are kind of the only, there's 2 kinds of grounds in this school. You've gone there, and the grounds are these gym areas where during an event you actually clear it out, and they kind of
yard.
They rearrange it into one event area. But there is also a learning garden, if you will, in the center, and it's a place where kids can go to, have their what the fuck is that, a homeroom class or whatever. You can just study, you have a free period or read or whatever. And so there's not much yards to take care of, but the building exists and you're there.
All right. Is it, is the groundkeeper or groundkeepers here right now?
Mm-hmm. See if he's working. I guess that's not right. Did I? Yeah, that is
right.
So the groundskeeper is actually fucking out sick. He's been sick for a fucking few weeks.
Few weeks, you say?
A few weeks
I
out
write
sick.
that down in my notes. Wait, who's saying this? Do I just know that he's?
You walk up and there's a taped note on the inside of the glass, so you can't touch it.
It's got a date on it.
It's just out sick fucking 9/11.
So has it been about 3 weeks that he's been out?
Yeah, you would. Well, it's been at least 2 weeks, like since he's been
I'll
out.
put that down in my notes for sure. And I'm like, this could be connected.
Very suspicious. It's written in blood.
Suspicious. I see his rotting remains right on the other side of the door.
Yeah, you think you see your reflection, but you lean in and it's his body hanging, swinging.
And then you just write very suspicious and move on.
Definitely related. Walk away. All right. So the groundskeeper area, no one's here. I guess next I would go to the bus garage. Do they have a bus garage? They have
So
buses.
as you walk away to head to the bus garage, Kurt. Kurt is now entering the basketball, the indoor gymnasium area, if you will.
Alright, the first thing is that I'm gonna show it like, hello, what's my old basketball coach's name?
The basketball coach is
Mr. Palermo.
yeah, Coach Henry.
Hey Henry, it's me, Kurt.
And so you see Coach Henry. He's like that guy everyone wanted to know about at the precinct. He's got a huge afro and the mustache, and he's white as fuck. He's Irish. Even though one time that wasn't considered white, but crazy. Anyways, but yeah, he's like an Irish dude with a fro and shit, and he comes up and he's tall as fuck. Like he loves basketball, and you can tell why he plays. And he's in full basketball garb, but he's that regular tall basketball looking player. Like he's too tall, you know what I mean? Like his clothes are tiny. And he's really happy to see you, and he kind of jogs up, running off from his what he's doing his drills with the kids, and he fucking slaps you on the back hard as fuck. And he goes, Kurt, it's been forever, Kurt.
I know, right? One time, or it's actually, how well did I perform at basketball? Shall I roll?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what kind of role you should give me for how good you were at basketball.
Athletics?
Yeah, is there just an athletics? Nah, there's Give me a Cthulhu mythos. I'm just kidding. Just give me a strength check. Give me a strength check. Just strength.
Okay.
So yeah, you were a good athlete. Like you weren't on Drift's level. You didn't bring anyone to state, but you can tell us about your sports career if you want. But you did well in it, whatever you did.
So I suppose that he played wing for the Reagan
Devils.
Reagan Eagles.
Listen, it's one school. We're the Reagan Devils.
For the Reagan Devils basketball team, right?
Yeah.
He did pretty well, Not as famous as Mr.
But you never let your team down. You were always there. You were a team player, and you put in your work.
Yeah. So he says, "Hey, coach, it's nice to see you." And then immediately, I want to find the nearest kid with a basketball and grab it and try to throw it at the the goal from the 3-pointer.
All right. I mean, yeah, I'll fucking take it.
I just want to grab it from the kid's hands, for practicing.
Again, I guess just give me a strength or dexterity check again. I guess you're gonna try to go in and just take this ball and toss it up and get like a 3-pointer or some shit.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you run up and and the coach, whatever I said his name was, Coach Henry, I think. You still got it, Kurt. You still got it. And he's clapping.
Oh yeah, wait. Why isn't CJ in the roll 20 anymore? Oh, he's back.
Oh, I am. It just cut out for some reason.
Oh.
Oh.
CJ hates us.
I mean, I do, but I'm here playing Call of Cthulhu.
Or so people just give me 2 seconds. I can't hear it. I'm just disconnected.
So it fades to black as he's showing up all these kids in basketball with his detective skills. Christian? Oh. All right, and it's gonna. Oh,
I'm back. I'm back.
okay. Welcome back. So yeah, you're serving up. You serve this kid up with the basketball. Swoosh, nothing
I'm
but
kind of
net.
proud that all of us have mustaches, by the way. I know I didn't mention it before, but
Only mustaches, dude. Christian's got the 5
Only
o'clock
mustaches.
shadow.
And a different colored mustache.
Yeah.
It's not a wig.
Yeah. So I have blonde hair, and that ginger mustache.
He used your chest hair for his beard. Anyways,
So,
Christian, you are serving these kids up in basketball.
yeah. And I hit it from the 3-pointer. It succeeds.
Yes.
So hard, it hits other kids in the face when it lands. Bounces and hits another kid in the face.
All right, the kid gets hit in the face. He's kind of hurt, not happy about it. He grabs his nose and starts bleeding. He runs off towards the nurse.
So, coach, it's a me. It's a Kurt. I'm a part of the. I'm a cop right now.
Fucking Coach Henry's like, of course you're a cop. You put me on your reference sheet.
Anyways, fuck.
He
I
called
feel.
me. I told him never to hire you ever. He did
Told him
anyway.
you were terrible.
Fuck. I feel so out of season when it comes to roleplay right now. Fuck.
You gotta
Anyways.
find your character. What he cares about.
Cares about fishing.
So,
what are you doing in a school, Kurt? Why you come up just to play basketball with these kids?
I mean, I was technically supposed to, help with some case or anything about some missing children, yada yada. Actually, do you know anything about some missing kids? Like long-term sick or anything?
Missing kids, eh? And he thinks about
Immediately
it.
tells them about an ongoing investigation.
Yada yada.
He thinks about it. He's like, I've actually had, now that I think about it, a few kids haven't shown up. But those are more the elementary kids. I figured there's just some kind of, chicken pox going around or something.
Do you know their names?
Their names? And he, takes out this
In a massive
huge...
school.
He has a huge, clipboard, and he just starts, flipping through it. And, he's like, I got a few here. Timmy, Jimmy, Slimmy, Grimmy, Jody, Sarah. He just starts. He gives off a few names, got a few here. Have been showing up for class a little bit.
All right, so I'm gonna need your personal information. Do you have it, or do I have to go? This is.
I'm gonna need personal information. Thank you.
Try to charm
this
him. Or are you I don't think you're trying to charm him. Actually.
Or I get to give him the puppy eyes.
Yeah. So give me a charm roll.
All right, boy. I'm gonna charm you so fucking much right now.
I'm gonna puppy eye my fucking.
Pretty please, could I have the secret student records?
So he's like, yeah, Kurt, you know, anytime. I'm a school I'm a youth counselor, and he hands you a card with all his personal information on it.
Nice. Well, I'm probably gonna go and buy some weed right now.
What?
Doesn't ask him anything else. Just I'm gonna go buy some weed.
Yeah, I'll see you later, coach. Just tell me if you need to bring this old star, to teach these kids something anyway.
He's cockeyed and looking at you really weird as you're just walking away, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Then it's gonna go out and
But as you're leaving, Mr. Henry is just I'll never understand these kids' new age humor.
And I still let him on the force, even after I told him what he did with that shotgun in high school.
At least, right? If it's just one incident, right, with the shock, it would have happened to anybody.
Once in high school, once while on the force.
So as Christian goes to leave the basketball course after collecting his beautiful information, I fade back to black to Cecil. Gertie, or whatever the fuck her name is, Girdle.
Goody.
Mrs.
Gertie. I
Goody.
called her Gertie.
Gertie. Mrs. Gertie
Calls her Goody. She doesn't correct him.
No, it's right there on the plaque.
Hey, guys, I'll be right back in just 2 minutes. I'm just gonna get something downstairs.
All right. Should we wait for him, or do you think we can keep going?
Yeah, that's
All right.
fine. You just keep continuing.
Just takes 2 seconds.
So she comes back and she drops down some folders, and she says, "This is all the paperwork of the students that I could find on record and copies of their information."
Thank you, Goody. Thank you very much. It's going to be very important for me in my investigation. Thank you. I do have a question for you, Goody.
And she just kind of like raises an eyebrow at you, just blows out a cigarette hit.
Any new hires amongst the staff, or anyone off sick for a while?
There's the grounds.
She instantly like looks down and like blows out a bunch of smoke through her nose, and she gets this big like binder book from the side. It's like in a little cubby or whatever, like right next to her. And she pulls it out and opens it up and starts flipping to one of the tabs, and you can see on it it says like new hirees, and she takes the book and like turns it around and shows it to you. Would you like a copy? And in the book there's actually like multiple listings. Like Itchy said, there is some new groundskeepers, but they are groundskeepers like assistants.
Oh, I meant the one who's sick.
Yeah, the one who's sick is not a new hiree. Well, I mean,
but he has to
CJ
have
wouldn't
been
know.
Not sick for a while.
But
Any new hirees or anyone out sick for a while is what I asked.
oh, out sick for a while as well. Sorry, I don't listen good. So as she hands you the one list to look through, she starts looking through another binder of sick days, and she again turns this binder and puts it on. And would you like these copied?
I'm real
Yeah.
good with copier machine.
And then she takes them and goes and copies a piece, and she hands you, and you have two full lists of there's actually like surprisingly there's a bit of names. Like for the sick, for people out sick like recently or the past few weeks, it's only like 10 maybe, but like it's kind of a lot, but it's not much considering how big this building is. And then what was the other list? Attendance or new hires?
New hires.
New hires. And again, there is quite a lot of new hires, and you'll see that they actually just took on a pretty big new team of janitors, custodial workers, if you will.
I very quickly cross-reference all of the kids. Are there any like new teachers, or does it all point towards a janitorial team?
There is a few new teachers.
Do most of the kids like go into classes for those teachers, or?
Yeah, yes. And the new teachers it's just basic, subjects. As you're looking, I'm sure you would specify this. I'm not trying to force anything. But you're looking for teachers, I would assume, that are in the age demographic. And a lot of these, some of the new hirees are teachers like what do you call it? General teachers for young students, where they teach kind of a bit of everything, instead of them going to different classes. And there is a couple new. We'll say there's 3 new hirees for new teachers that are in the spectrum you're looking for. There's an English teacher, a math teacher, and a science teacher that have just been hired within.
One of them is the one that my nephew was talking about.
Within the last 3-4 weeks. Your nephew was talking to a gym teacher.
What?
Your nephew was talking to a gym teacher.
No, who was he talking about when I asked him about how his teacher was? And the
Oh.
kid in his class was missing. Oh, it wasn't my nephew, it was some other kid.
Oh yeah, it was the other kid. But it would have been that would have been Mr. Dieter.
I gotta get some water.
Mr. Dita?
Mr. Dieter.
Mr. Diddler.
Mr. Dita?
Mr. Diddler.
It's just coughing up that sweet, sweet diesel.
Mr. Dita.
So right now, guys, I just opened,
A cider?
a couple of, of monasteries, spirits,
Oh god.
which I bought in, Czechia,
Oh shit.
My God, it tastes like, you know, berry, you know. Damn, I cannot wait to tell you a story of what happened in Budapest.
Ooh.
It's real spicy. Spicy like this drink.
Okay. So the janitorial people are half in, half out. There are new hires amongst them, but like the main janitorial guy's been out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it would seem so.
Whereas the teachers have been here consistently. These new hires.
Yeah, none of these new hires have had any sick days yet, and these there's about 3 hires that have been hired roughly in the past 4 weeks.
And they are all like all these 12 kids have relations to these people.
Well, I mean, you would assume that just because, again, because you're a detective, this isn't your first case or whatever, so you're specifically looking for teachers again in this like lower grade echelon, and these are teachers specifically for those lower grade. Like I'm a 4th grade teacher, but what that would entail is that they teach all subjects. But this school does evolve. And you would know that, like, if once you get into like 6th grade, they start breaking down your curriculum into periods, and there's different specific teachers to teach different lessons, and you travel through the school more to go out to your you know, whatever the fuck, if you have science class next or whatever. So like specifically the ones that you're interested in, these are teachers that would be teaching the age range that you're also comparing for this case.
3 of them. What were the names of the teachers? One of them I know, Mr. Dieter.
Mr. Dieter. Mr. Dieter's the science teacher. Then there's Mr. Wesley, the math teacher. And Mrs. Sophie, the English teacher.
Can we get character sheets with in-depth backgrounds and descriptions for every single one of those people?
I was trying to make this whole a theater of mind. Sorry.
Yeah, I wrote
I'm
notes
kidding.
down, don't worry.
I'm kidding.
Those are the 3 teachers. Gertie, you've been fantastic, but could I have a brief word with the headmaster?
And she kind of rolls her eyes again. 1 minute, and then she like just hits this big ass button, and a huge like, you know, the beep comes over the intercom, and she says, assuming in a sense because you were foreign to her and more old school, she pages the entire building and over a huge crackly voice, Mr. Skinner to the front desk. Mr. Skinner to the front desk.
Leonard Skinner? Freebird?
Sir, that hasn't been invented yet.
Freebird has definitely been invented yet.
You know, I saw them live play Freebird. It was terrible. They were at a state fair. I'm not even kidding.
Oh God.
They're all old.
So as she pages the principal or headmaster, it's going to fade back over to Drift. Drift, you are walking away from the
note outside of the
the garden keeper's shed. Yes. Where would you like to head now?
So I was going to the bus garage.
All right. So you would know that the bus garage is actually a different building, not connected to this school at all. It's kind of far away.
Damn.
Yeah.
I go get on my bike. And I head over to the bus.
You're just gonna leave all these guys and not tell them nothing.
No, I'm gonna look around generally at the school. I'm gonna look at the windows where I know classrooms are. I'm gonna look, you know, is it how I remember it? I'm gonna take a hard perception on everything.
Okay.
Just do what I told Krishna to do because I assume, you know, I'm assuming that Kurt did not follow my, you know, direction. That fucking kid needs some direction.
I mean, yeah, this is every time this isn't the first time and it won't be the last. I mean, maybe it will. But, that you're just hit with nostalgia in this school. Like, you peaked, you know what I'm saying? But in your mind...
No, I haven't.
No, exactly. Exactly. That's what you still, in your mind, you know, you haven't peaked. There's no way. There's no way. as you think about the redlining engine. But yeah, so it's really nostalgic. Give me a spot hidden. You're walking through, you're looking through all some of your old classes, you see some kids working, some kids smoking off, there's some kids smoking in the boys' room. Smoking,
I'm
I'm
really
sorry.
bad at this.
You can see Kurt
succeed.
smoking in the boys'
Yeah.
room.
So as you're going through and you're looking through like some of these different classes, you're
Well,
getting
I meant mostly outside.
yeah, like you're just
walking
peeking through
around.
windows.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
You do notice kind of when you're getting towards some of these like younger kids lessons that there's a few rooms that catch your eyes that seem to have like actual kind of an abundance of some empty desks. You know what I mean? Like you would imagine maybe like one, or if there was some missing kids, you'd see one or two like empty desks, but there was a few classrooms that actually it seemed like there was, from what you would think, there's quite a few kids missing. Like,
I go up to the first one that I notice a lot of kids missing, and I check if the window's locked.
so, I'm just gonna say the window. It could be luck, but I'm gonna say this is the '70s, and we're at a school. The windows aren't locked.
They're wide open, actually.
Yeah,
Already.
the fresh air's blowing in on the fucking nice day. You know, these kids trying to learn.
I hop in.
You're gonna hop in through the window into this classroom?
Yeah. These kids are gonna think I'm so cool.
Oh. All right, I guess. So yeah, this teacher, when you jump in the classroom, this is you guys used to call him Mr. Strudel, but this is your old math teacher.
Hey, Mr. Strudel.
And he knows exactly his drift. What a coincidence! We were just having a seminar. We were just having a lesson on public safety and the proper way to cross a road.
Always trust the police, I'll tell you that. And always go to the crosswalk. You gotta go home to your family. Nothing more important than
And
family.
he
So
kind of
you see
claps
the crosswalk-
excitedly. Children, everyone, Mr. Drift, listen to his words. And he comes up and he gives you he cuts up a piece of strudel and gives you one as like a little treat, just as you used to like.
Oh, hey.
Just as you used to like. Eat it. But yeah, Mr. Strudel is. This is your old math teacher, man. You're getting hit with nostalgia, but you're completely accepted in this classroom. And these kids, just like outside, they're like, fuck yeah! Like, what? This cop just jumped through the window. You hear one of them like, shoot your gun.
Oh, maybe just this once, kids. Oh, maybe if you're good, all right. Ask your parents.
So, but yeah, you're weirdly, this is one of your old classrooms, actually.
Mr. Strudel, I couldn't help but notice all the empty desks. What's with that?
Ah, yes, the empty desks, the empty ones.
Yeah, the empty ones.
You have a lot of sick cases lately. I was maybe thinking a case of the chicken pox had gone around. Remember when you got the chicken pox?
Oh, I remember when I got that chicken box. Oh, my mom came in. She started beating me with a newspaper. Oh.
We had to let you sit in a tub of Benadryl solution for a week.
Anything strange going on with those kids before they went missing? I mean, before they went out sick?
I can't say anything strange was happening in class, no, but
Could I check out their desks, their cubbies, personal lockers?
I was hoping you would help with this crosswalk demonstration.
The crosswalk, of course. Yeah, nothing's more important than teaching the community.
Yeah, so let's help these
The community's really just a big
children
thing.
before we. The class is in session. You know how I am.
Classes in session, yeah.
And they smacks
You
your
got change
knuckles
for
with a
20,
ruler.
Mrs. Strudel?
What?
Yeah, you got change for a 20, Mrs. Strudel?
Of course. So as you go into, we're not gonna role play out this ridiculous spiel of you teaching these fucking children.
But it goes without saying, I put my foot up on the desk.
Yes.
I lean on my knee.
Yeah, and you're talking to them intently, and that's when it's going to fade to black again, and we are going to visit Kurt. Kurt,
Yes, yes.
you have left the gymnasium. Where are you headed now?
Music, it's so good.
Yeah. So I'm probably just either. So I probably don't know where Cecil is. So I'm just gonna go to the.
You know
bathroom.
exactly where Cecil is. You saw him. I mean, he kind of hurriedly went just right towards the main foyer into the main entrance, and you can't miss it. It's a huge
So, you have
building.
no idea.
I'm gonna go to Cecil then, my excellent.
All right, so you're gonna make your way to the main foyer. So you just make a little walk back. Nothing's catching your eye, and you open the main door, and you are approached by, or you aren't approached. You see Cecil at a reception desk, and Cecil, you are standing there with
the receptionist.
yeah, with your paperwork, and the call has just been made for Principal Skinner to make his way to the reception's office.
How you doing, Kurt?
Hello, Cecil. I got your name and the personal information of the kids that were missing.
Yeah, I also have that already, Kurt.
He has like a stack of documents. You come in with like a business
A
card.
business card.
Well, and then I gotta lazily fix my hair and say
You wanna do something for me, Kurt? You want a little mission? Want a little task?
whatever.
I need you to break into the parents. Not the parents. I need you to break into the teachers' room, and I need you to get inside the lockers of these 3 teachers.
Oh, the teacher lounge.
Why do I need
Yeah.
to break in? But all right, I'll do it.
Because one of them is a fucking nonce, and we're trying to catch him. Why do you think we're trying to break him?
What's a nonce? What's a nonce?
Pedophile.
Goody's just sitting
Probably
there
not gonna be-
staring at the both of you.
I'm like talking quietly. I'm
Okay.
she's not like. It's probably not going to be Mrs. Sophie. There's not a lot of women that kill children.
All
they already
right,
have
I'll
enough.
do it. I will do it, Cecil.
Yeah, Mr. Dieter and Mr. Wesley. Look into their lockers, see if they've got, I don't know, rope, chloroform, big sack with a child's face on it.
Any
I
teeth
will-
necklaces.
I will not. I will.
Little
not.
diaries written about how they're going to sacrifice people for some dark reason. You know how people are, they're crazy.
Well, I will not disappoint you, Cecil. They shall be fun. I haven't been.
Go on,
I
off
have.
you go. And I slap
I'm
him on
not-
the ass.
And then I say a fishing pun.
You have to say the fishing pun. You can't
I-
say that you say a fishing pun.
Yeah, you gotta make them.
Ass.
You gotta make them.
Okay. Okay, I'm saying. Or fine. Fishing. It's a passion that can never be explained.
And he walks
And
away
then I just-
awkwardly.
Then walk awkwardly. Scratching my ass, cause that kind of hurts.
A fish scale falls out. So yeah, and then
Scratches it with a fishing hook.
it's going to fade back to Drift, explaining to these kids the etiquettes of how
And
are you
that's why
yeah.
and that's why pedestrians always have the right of way. But that doesn't mean you can just go walking. You gotta wait there for your own safety, you know.
So
You
then
gotta come home to your family.
the bell rings. And this happens simultaneously, Christian, as you're walking through the halls. And as the kids book out of the classroom, you are given permission, Itchy, to start going look through some desks. By all means, if you would like to, please. If it's police business.
And Mr.
Strudel, your
Mr.
teacher.
I almost said Mr. Pastrami. Mr. Strudel, could you do me a favor? Could you go and get me what am I trying to think of? Can you go get me the last year's test scores from the vault? I know they have a vault in this school for all the test scores.
Last year's test score for which test?
All of them for all these students in this class. All the ones that are out sick.
The test scores of the 6 students?
Yeah, the students that have been out sick for the past 2 weeks or more.
I could maybe supply you with that, but I have a period to teach in 3 minutes.
Listen, it'll take you a few minutes. I'll be here. I'll cover for you. You know how I can tell these kids. You know that they're my family. You
No,
know this is my
I
community.
assure you, there's a lot of files in the vault. I don't think I can get that done within the time frame. It's an important class. Next class, I can't.
I hear. All right. Could you go get me a coffee at least?
I honestly can't. I can get you this paperwork, but I'll send it to you later tonight.
Mr. Strudel, I'm gonna level with you. I need to look through your desk.
My desk?
Your desk.
Mr.
I'm
Strudel
sorry.
isn't even a person of interest. You're just like, yeah, I need to look at your desk.
He doesn't
bitch.
know that, right? Honestly, Itchy's character doesn't know any fucking people of interest. He's just asking questions.
I'm just scoping it out, you know. This is another day on the beat. Don't try not to think too hard, hey.
Well, if this is police business, you may search the entire classroom.
Thanks.
He looks really
Cool, lose
confused.
$15. I'm taking this.
No, I'm an upstanding member of the community.
He is kind of like confused though, like
I'm
genuinely.
sorry, this is standard procedure. I gotta do this to all the teachers. You know,
Of,
you're my
of
favorite.
course,
You're my favorite, and it breaks my heart to do this to you. That's why I tried to do it behind your back. It's embarrassing.
understandable, Drift. I know, not much has changed about you, Drift. It has, but you're still that aspiring boy. Please,
You know
look
I'm on the
around.
straight and narrow. So I look through his desk, and then all of the desks.
Give me
where
a
the-
spot hidden again.
Alright.
Another spot hidden. You're looking for the
I'm
hidden
real
stuff.
bad
You're
at this.
investigating.
I
Holy
look right over,
fuck!
like a murder note or like a suicide note or something.
So you open his desk and there's a necklace of ears. So you're looking through. Just tell me where you start.
So I'm gonna start. Well, okay. Is he looking at me while I search his desk?
Yeah, he's kind of standing in the classroom. He's not. He doesn't actually seem mad. He's more confused than anything.
So obviously, I look at what's open on top of his desk before I start going to the big main middle drawer.
Yeah, and it's
And then
it's
those
basic
sides.
curriculum. He's got an apple, maybe from a student or something. A jar full of with pens and pencils. As you go down and in through his drawers, it's just teacher stuff. Sadly, in here, books, chalk, extra chalk and erasers. There's honestly it's weirdly there's nothing in this teacher's desk. Mr. Strudel is nothing like incriminating or bad. Mr. Strudel seems like a pretty regular and good teacher. That's how you remember him.
Say, do you know where the master key for the lockers is?
The lockers but you can go and just look through their desks. We don't have many. There's lockers in the halls maybe, but
Yeah,
no.
where's the master key for the ones in the halls? I mean.
Well, those are for the high schoolers, because they get
Oh.
lockers. If you're in a class
Do
like
you
this,
get cubbies?
yes. Well, not cubbies, but just the desk. Well, some have cubbies, but that's art class. We don't have cubbies here, just their desk.
Do they share desks?
No.
No. Okay, all right.
So you can go look through the missing kids' desks, and
Okay,
you lift one of them up, and there's just chocolates and stolen marbles or whatever.
Some stolen
but
marbles, I grabbed them.
yeah, grab them. But a bunch of kid shit, and then you get to one desk, and
Covered in blood.
it's fucking covered in blood.
Human bones.
You get to one desk, and it actually has a little folded up note, like how kids used to fold up their notes.
Oh, a little no. Don't mind if I
It
do. I have
says-
a little peeksy at that
It
myself.
says to Abby on it, and
You like me? Yes, maybe.
yeah, circle yes or no. So you look at this note, you unwrinkle it or whatever, and this note is just like some little kid shit. But it starts talking about like these dreams, like a dream world, and the note explains like scenes of this kid's dream. It's just a nice blissful place, kind of. It's just describing it, but what really catches you about this note is the kid wrote down something about a special song he keeps hearing. Special song keeps coming in like all the different dreams that make all these places more fun to be at than real life. And that's you kind of just focus in on the scribblings on this about this kid's. It's not exactly a dream journal or a dream diary. It's just like a kid's writing, like melding a dream world that he's having with the real world. But
are there any pictures drawn on it?
There is a few pictures, like little stars and stuff, and then oddly there's some mushrooms scribbled on it, little what look like mushrooms. But
kids are too young.
they're tripping for those. But yeah, but what does really grab you is this kid's talking about this song that he's hearing. And I look at your character sheet really quick. The song that he's describing feels familiar to you, almost like you've been dreaming of the song he's describing. Like it's a light, charming, and inviting melody, again, that just seems to make everything better. Like you're already dreaming, but for some reason, it's not the dream that's good, it's this song that's making it good.
What a striking air of familiarity. Well, on to the next desk. I'm gonna pop it.
There's just more candy and shit like that. It's a bunch of regular kid shit. And then as you're popping your last desk or whatever, you would actually see Kurt walking by the door. Do you wanna?
Kid, I bet he didn't even case out the outside of the property.
You wanna intercept him at all?
So that's the only thing I found in the student desks.
Yeah, but the note about the song seems very odd and also personal to you. Something about
all
it.
right, yeah. I'm gonna catch up with Kurt in the hopes that he's with Cecil.
So Mr. Strudel standing there, you just buck out the door after you look through the desks?
Hey, thanks, Mr. Strudel. You sure you don't got no change for a 20?
I do, but it's in nickels.
In nickels, huh? I'll take it. Are they rolled?
They aren't, sadly. I have them in the jar here.
I'll come back.
I'll send you the information you asked for later today.
All right, yeah, thank you.
He hands you another piece of strudel.
I take it again.
And you book out the door and you see Kurt. And Kurt is actually in like a sea of children that are kind of, some are leaving. Like, this is kind of, it's the morning, right? But there's a lot of these kids right now are switching on and off from gym. There's like a switch, if you will.
I'm going to do something a little bit crazy right now. You know, what's going through my mind is, these kids, you know, I can smell crime. I dream of crime. I know when these kids in my community need direction. So I'm going to do my best because, you know, they're probably into some gang shit right now. And that's what I'm dreaming about is their gang shit. So I'm going to do my best to recreate
these gang songs.
Like humming the song from my dream in this hallway, in this sea of kids. I'm going to try and do it as loud as I can, like just vocalize the song from memory.
Yeah, I mean, fuck.
What do I roll for that?
That's exactly what I'm trying to think of, but I just fucking threw my bowl all over myself somehow.
It threw you back that much.
Yeah, well, my finger got like stuck on the bowl head and it pulled it back out of the bong. And my hash went flying. So honestly, what I want you to give me a Cthulhu Mythos roll if you have it. Do you have any? Huh?
Just a cult or?
If you have a cult or Cthulhu Mythos.
Oh, I see Cthulhu Mythos. I have a 0 for that.
All right. Do you have any occult?
I have 5 for that.
Yeah, roll me an occult.
Whoa! I failed a 5 different. Whoa.
Who would have thought? So yeah, you're trying to like as you're trying to hum this, like it's the fading memory of a dream, right? You're just kind of like you're trying to remember it, but you're losing it as it comes back to you almost. So it's like you're whistling, you start whistling weird shit, and then you're like just like. You know what I mean? Earth, Wind, and Fire. 1st of November or whatever, September.
Do you remember the 21st night of September?
Get distracted and just start busting out singing that song.
Yeah, and
The day after tomorrow.
all the kids start whistling it with you, and you break out into an improvised dance scene out of a Disney movie. No, but as you're
Kids
trying to
love you
whistle
grows
it,
even
that
further.
I'm sorry, what?
The kids' love for you grows even further.
Yeah, exactly. The kids idolize you now. But so Christian, you hear this whistling.
Yeah.
You look over and see that it is Drift at all, or are you just on a mission?
I am now completely focused on my mission.
So are you gonna try to stop Kurt Drift, or are you gonna just follow him?
I'm gonna actually remember that there's one more thing I wanted to ask that teacher,
All right.
and I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna say, hey, do you know who Abby is in this note? Do you know who Abby is?
Abby, let me see. Are you gonna hand him the note, or actually,
I'm
he's just gonna
gonna-
look through his attendance, and as he's saying his muttering, he's like, I don't remember an Abby.
Well,
And
the kid in this desk, he's writing this note to Abby.
well, there's no Abby's I can remember in this class.
Hmm. Oh well, I'll ask my partner about it.
What are partners for?
What was the class schedule of this kid who? So which kid's desk did I find this note in?
You found this in Josh's desk.
Do you know what other classes Josh is in?
Josh White. Well, it's just for again for these children. We rotate just in and out of gym classes. So they only leave for gym and they come back, if you will. But we rotate gyms, so we have gyms at different time. That's why these kids have just left and the other kids are returning to classes.
Oh, okay. So, is it okay if I wait until the next group of kids come here and look for an Abby?
I mean, I wouldn't mind it, but I did just inform you that we don't have an Abby in this class.
Oh, sorry about that. You know how bad I am at listening.
It's okay.
Huh?
don't have
What
an
did you
Abby?
say?
Huh?
No, I mean.
You've never met any child named Abby?
I have, but currently we do not have any Abbies in this classroom.
All right.
We do. The reason he's
Peace, I'll be right back.
the reason he's telling you this is you would know because you went to this school, but these types of teachers, these especially Mr. Strudel, they teach after school as well for kids falling behind and shit. They're like usually regular tutors. So, it's not that there's rotating classes, but it kind of has not like a night class, but it's an after school class. But it's just tutelage. It's for kids to catch up. And so yeah, I'm going to assume. Do you want to have missed Kurt when you went to back and ask that in again, or did you have like the foot in the door and you're running out trying to catch Kurt?
Well, was Kurt moving or was he just?
Yeah,
kind
Kurt
of...
was like moving with the flow. He's on his
I
mission.
feel like I can see him pretty easily in a sea of children.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna go back and try and find Kurt again.
All right, so you jog up next to Kurt, and Kurt is now
Pushing
AFK.
kids out of the way.
Yeah, stepping over them.
So wait, Cecil's nowhere near here.
No, Cecil is back at the foyer waiting. And I'll actually, since CJ is, yeah, since Christian is aft, we will fade back to Cecil as you run up onto Kurt, and Cecil.
He's got both hands fully in the blouse of this.
I am back, my friends.
Oh, welcome back, Christian.
Yeah, you do his. I want to go pee now.
Okay, go pee. All right. So anyways, we won't go to Cecil. We'll fade back to Black to go back to these two. False transition. So you go up and you catch up to Kurt in this hallway of children. You run up on him.
Hey, anybody know an Abby? Any of you kids know someone named Abby?
All the kids are just
Josh
like
White's friend?
laughing, running around, ignoring you, kind of. Anyone know an Abby? There's like literally hundreds of kids just whipping through these
I'll let you
halls.
shoot my gun if you know an Abby who was a friend of Josh White.
So you run up onto Kurt, and he's in the hallway for these children. He's got quite a stride. He's moving. He's got a
He's
mission.
on a mission to
Yeah.
get that weed.
He's well, not anymore. So are you gonna try to? I mean, what are you gonna do? Walk up right on Kurt, fucking start talking to
Hey,
him, slap his
Kurt.
shoulder?
Where's
Okay.
the detective?
Hello, I think he's with the secretary.
The secretary. Hey, we got another. Come with me out this classroom window. We got to go and hop into the next one with the missing
I
kids.
am. I'm currently here. I'm currently on the mission right now.
What are you doing? What you got?
I have to break into the into the teacher's office.
To which teacher?
Teachers' lounge,
Oh, the
Teacher's
teacher's
lounge.
lounge. Yeah,
where
yeah.
they keep their lockers to store things.
Where
Hey,
they
let me-
keep the locker. I'm looking at. I am breaking into a pedophile.
Hey, let me come with you on that. I don't think you can handle it, personally.
Trust me, trust me. I've done this multiple times. You know.
Hey, in that case, I'm gonna go meet up with Cecil. I got a juicy new tip I want to ask him about.
Well, they should be just as they should be just as exciting as catching a big fish. You know.
Well, you good luck with that. You seem to be very, very driven. This is a different you, Kurt. Seems like you got some guidance, kid. Seems like you got a little bit of, you're doing great things for the community.
I haven't had this kind of excitement since that shotgun incident. You know.
Oh, all right. Let's not bring that up. That's not a high point in your career. All right. I'll catch up with you later. Good luck with the mission. And
So
then I
you
walk
turn
back
on your
to the
heels as
square.
literally he's approaching, like the teacher's lounge is right there, and you turn on your heel and walk away.
Good luck with that.
So, sorry, you're midway. You're not there yet. So well, just for the sake of it, I'm gonna cut back to
Looks like I'm a flasher. When you put me that low, my character looks like he's a flasher.
So we're just gonna fade back to Cecil really quick as Itchy turns on his heel and Kurt approaches the teacher's lounge. CJ, as you've been standing there patiently waiting, you see a slightly grayed man, business looking almost, approach you with a nice Italian, suit, pinstripe suit, if you will, but no hats or anything. Very nice tie. And he walks up. Goody, what seems to be the problem?
Are you about to say good evening? I'm pretty sure school's still in session.
No, Goody, the receptionist.
Oh,
Goody.
Oh, hey,
What's the problem,
hello, headmaster. What was your name, headmaster?
And he looks over Skinner, and he puts a hand out.
Skinner, that's right. I made a Leonard Skinner joke about you, and I shake his hand pretty strongly.
And then
I'm Detective. I'm Detective Gray, first grade. I was hoping I could have a word with you.
well, if you're in first grade, I mean, sure, we can help you.
Yeah, let's go into your office.
Of course, right this way. And he leads
do I
you
just miss him?
right off to the side. You can tell because it's the entrance or whatever. There is a nicely adorned principal office. When you walk in, there's a small sitting area where your sure juvenile children have sat many a times waiting to be punished or whatever. But there is we're going Brockport style. There's sub principals in this building because it's so big. So the main principal is usually not called in unless it's a very serious matter. This one being a police matter. But his office is very, professionally adorned. You can see his different degrees and whatnot hanging on his wall. He's got a few trophies and plaques, and then he also has a few baubles. These baubles being old war paraphernalia. Maybe some stuff that you might even recognize, Cecil.
Oh, he served.
Yes, and he sits behind his nice oak desk with his, that nice ass big red style evil villain's chair, and he doesn't lean back or anything. Sits quite properly, folds his hands across his desk, and motions for you to take a seat. Have a seat if you'd like.
You mind if I smoke?
Not at all. And he lights up his own cigar.
I light up a second cigar.
So,
With the first?
Mr. Cecil, how can I help you this fine day?
It's Detective Gray.
Detective Gray, I'm sorry.
No problem, Headmister Skinner. Uh,
Whiskey?
I...
And he just slides a glass.
Oh, don't mind if I do.
I didn't want to be.
Yeah, on the bag.
We can't start
Like
this
with
off
his own
wrong.
whiskey.
Just in the
Ooh,
school.
this is pretty good.
It's a fine year. I've had that quite some time. Got it in the war.
What I'm looking for? Pretty simple. A couple of children have gone missing from the school.
Missing?
Mr. Willard. Correct, about 12 of them.
Well, that's not good at all. In a group of children?
That's correct, a group of children.
gag elite.
Again, 12 of them. And I laid
Together
out
at once?
No, over the past 2 weeks.
Oh, well, still.
I
Well,
was just wondering if you could give me some information about just a handful of teachers that I've got some questions about.
of course. I'll help out however I can. Our first priority is the children. And after that, it's family.
Mr. Dieter, that's a German name, right?
Mr. Dieter, yes, from Germany.
And he's a science teacher, right?
Yes, quite good, I would say, actually.
A lot of German scientists after the war, they ended up going missing, right?
Well, I would have liked to send a few more missing.
Me too. Very man after my own heart, Mr. Lennon.
And he kind of like he actually like kind of grips you in that, like, you know what I'm saying, that stare of the eyes when you reckon the eyes of a man who has taken another life, you know.
just wondering,
Are certain he's killed.
what was his? Do you have his like CV around here somewhere? Any personal details about him, like his home address?
Home address? Well, of course, we can get you all of that information. Goody didn't help you out with any of this. We could have had you squared up.
She was all right with the kids, but I figured I wanted to talk to you directly about any of the teachers. I don't know. Do you have a like, Mr.
have Goody's
Dieter? Mr. Dieter, did he? I don't know. Does he seem like a stand-up guy to you, or does he seem a little bit
Mr. Dieter,
you know,
as far as I can tell, is upstanding type of person. It wasn't entirely up to me to make the hirings. We have a board for all this, but he has the credentials. I wouldn't call him suspicious, if that's what you're trying to lean into.
mhm.
But
And
you're
what
the
about,
detective.
What about Mr. Wesley?
Mr. Wesley. Mr. Wesley actually was a transfer from Arkham City, Chicago. He had an incident.
The sister city, I remember.
Yes. He did have an incident where there may have been... He may have struck a child. But...
Well, let's not hold that against you.
Exactly.
With a baseball bat.
We won't go into details. But...
And this... Sorry, go ahead.
He's strict is all I'll say. He's a strict man. But... As the principal, I do have to say I can't even nothing suspicious. We try to take certain precautions to make sure we don't have any predatorial activity amongst the children, because there is those types. But and I wouldn't label this man suspicious or off.
And Mrs. Sophie.
Mrs. Sophie. Sophie's one of our finest new additions, I will say. Proper Christian upbringing. And she seems to be very engaged. The children in her classes seem to be excelling, if you will. Very proud of Mrs. Sophie, and has she been here? And he looks through some paperwork himself. I don't know if I have it here, but she must have been here a month, making great strides.
I want to point out the kids.
He sips back and sips his whiskey.
I want to ask if he has any like notes about any of these children that on the actual records.
Do you like hand him your copies, or?
Yeah.
All right. So he starts like flipping through them, and he stops at one of the kids. Jeremy here. Fucking.
That fucking kid.
That
don't
fucking
get me started.
Jeremy.
Ah, little punk. I
Jeremy
hated his guts.
Camacho.
I'm glad he's missing.
Jeremy Camacho. I he has a lot of problems at home. I don't believe his parents are the best for him, but there's nothing we've been able to do to really address that situation.
Oh, let's go beat up his parents. OOC, let's go beat up his parents.
Which one is this missing kid? Like, is he like in the middle somewhere? Like,
Yeah, he's like in the middle-ish. Yeah, he's just a Jeremy Camacho. And as you're explaining this, Itchy, you're gonna walk back up to the foyer where you think Cecil is, and obviously no one's there, and you can't.
I don't see him. And sorry.
You can't see through into the principal's office because there's like a waiting room before that, and it has the old school like privacy blinds or whatever, if you will. Like there is windows into it, again, like a window that looks into the sitting room and then the office, but the blinds are pulled down.
I look. I don't see him right in the foyer, so I immediately get distracted. I'm like, oh, maybe I know that song because the music teacher's teaching me. It was just stuck in my head. So then I walk to the music room.
All right, you're walking into the music room, and so just really quick, it's gonna go back into Cecil. So yeah, Jeremy Camacho seems to be I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he ran away from home. But these other children, this pile, as he looks at the stack, is like, this is disturbing. They're missing?
Yep. They all went to school in the morning and didn't come
Presumed
home.
dead.
Never came back.
Never came back. I thought maybe the custodial staff, you pay a guy to brush your broom around for a couple of minutes, for a couple of years, and they sort of lose it. But
well,
it'd be beneficial to my investigation if you don't mention this to any of the people that I asked about today.
yes, not a problem. I will say, when it comes to the janitorial staff, we do have maybe a few members who know the ropes. I wouldn't say senior members. It's not a job someone has held for too long around here. But, we did hire on a lot of new custodial workers. We're trying to... It's a very old building. The Arkham... New York Arkham New Reagan Education Center. It's very old.
They built the new Reagan Education Center on top of the old one.
The old
right?
one, exactly.
Oh,
So,
They built it on top of the old one before that.
we're doing a huge project of cleaning and painting right now.
We're hoping in a couple years to add another floor to the top. Build the next.
The new.
He looks Cecil looks a little thoughtful for a moment. He said, "You just say you've been doing a lot of painting and clearing out lately."
Yes, we're trying to really spruce up the older areas. We don't need anything falling into disarray or health hazards.
So a lot of cleaning staff have been going into the lower levels of this building that children have access to at any time if they really. Interesting. All right. Well, thank you. You've given me something to think about.
Not a problem at all. Anything. If you need any more help, I'm at your disposal, Mr. Gray, Detective Gray.
Thank you, Headmaster Lim. And he sort of gets up and grabs his paperwork and steps out. Looks around and says, "Where the fuck is that?" Okay.
And as you're looking around saying, where in the fuck, again, with your encounters, you think for just a second you see something that you've recently seen in a dream. These encounters are kind of up to you guys. But just for a second in this crowd, because there is not this crowd, but what you've noticed is there is maybe a few stragglers or whatever getting into their classes. And as you look around, just for a second, you catch a glimpse of what you reminisce was part of a dream. But
You see the ring girl.
it snaps away from you. Like the ring girl, the hair starts growing out of the corner of the room, and the ring girl drops down and starts breakdancing in front of you.
I kick her.
That's a
Hard as I
challenge.
can in the ribs.
You snap back to reality, and you have kicked
Yeah,
the small,
it's the nurse.
littlest child. This little child has 2 crutches and no legs.
Oh, I'm sorry. And then I pull out my 45 and end it, mercy style, like
So-
mercy style.
So as you kind of
Could not recover.
you just have this disturbing little implant of thought really quick, and then shake it off just as quick, and wonder where the fuck are these idiots or whatever you said, and it cuts back to Kurt.
Start
I
boogieing
actually-
the fuck
sorry.
down.
I actually want to lean over and I say, "Hey, Gertie, you've got the PA system right here, right?"
And she just gives you that same eyebrow. She goes, yes.
Could you ask for let's see. Could you ask for Drift and Kurt to meet me at the janitorial closet if you wouldn't mind?
Well, Kurt needs some more time here.
Well, yeah, but like I'm still I don't know. I'm asking her to do the PA.
She puts a big painted fingernail and like exaggeratedly presses on this button. Kurt and Drift, please report to the janitorial closet. Kirk and Drift, the janitorial closet.
Weird
then-
announcement to hear as a kid at school.
She chews her gum and then fucking puffs out the cigarette
And then
again.
I lean on the table and say, now hypothetically, if I was looking for a torch in this place, that'd be the janitorial closet as well, right?
You said a torch?
Yeah,
Like a flashlight or
like a flashlight.
We have emergency flashlights. She says very.
just under her dress and pulls her.
Yeah.
Here you go.
In the janitorial closet, or
There
like
might
right
be
here?
there may be some extra in the janitorial closet. We keep flashlights next to every fire extinguisher as well in case of an emergency.
Nice. And I walk out and I just start hunting down
Flashlights or
3 of
collecting them.
Yeah, I want to get 3 big, heavy 60s.
Oh yeah,
70s
these are
flashlights.
you're explaining
Yeah.
them. These are school issued emergency flashlights. from
These, you can
the
kill
70s.
kids with one of these
Yeah.
very easily.
It's happened.
And I'm gonna head towards the janitorial closet. While I suspect that Kurt is gonna finish the task I set him before. He
Yeah,
gets
as
home.
we fade back to black and go to Kurt in front of the teacher's lounge. Fucking Drift is rushing in the halls right now.
Walking back and forth to different destinations.
Yeah, you've heard the announcement. It's up to you to acknowledge it. But we're cutting to Christian. Christian, you just heard the announcement too, but you know it's your mission. I mean, maybe you don't, but to get into this teacher's lounge first. Would you like to do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna go into the teacher's lounge.
All right. So as you would expect, the teacher's lounge is locked.
Yeah. So you know, I'm gonna go to the nearest classroom and see if there's a teacher there.
The nearest classroom from the teacher's lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a little walk down the way. There's like like the bell has rung and the kids are gone now. And there's a teacher in there teaching like a class, like a chemistry teacher teaching some high school kids or something.
All right. I want to open the door and signal to Mr. Heisenberg that this is important. You know. And
My name is Oppenheimer.
I'm fucking stupid. Please
Mr.
call
Op-
me Mengele.
Mr. Oppenheimer, this is important. I need to talk to you, please.
Class,
You're not wearing a
pages
Letterman
332. And then he walks out and shuts the door to talk to you in the hallway.
I made a bomb and I regret it. How can I help you?
Hello, Mr. Oppenheimer. I didn't know that you're. It's been a long time, you know.
Watch my movie. Watch my movie.
What's 50 years? It's been quite some time. And then he leans in and flares his nostrils. Kurt!
Yeah. Do you still make bombs?
Is that a reference from when you tried to blow my classroom up, evacuating half of the school with mustard gas?
And a shotgun?
And let's not talk about the shotgun.
Nobody will utter what he did with the shotgun.
No one talks about it.
It happens to the best of us, Mr. Oppenheimer.
He just
Well, you
raises
know,
an
I didn't-
eyebrow.
At least I didn't create, you know, an atomic bomb. At least. Anyways. I need you to open or borrow the keys to the teacher's lounge. You see, I'm a cop right now, and I flash you my badge, you know. Yeah.
Flash him my badge with your. All right, I'll unlock it for you. And he walks over really quickly and he unlocks it. And he kind of motions for you. Thank you,
Thanks,
Mr. Kurt.
Why is this just Redbone? Like this song that's playing right now, this is literally just Redbone.
I don't know. Maybe it is just Redbone.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Oppenheimer.
And he just kind of
always-
slams his classroom door on you and
You
goes
all-
back to teaching.
You always were my favorite teacher, even though you even ended the Second World War.
He doesn't hear any of that because the door's shut and he's back to teaching.
Yeah. Well, I go into the teachers' lounge, you know.
Fucking
and
damn
see
right I
them
ended
all.
that war. No, I'm just kidding. So as you enter the teacher's lounge, there's actually a couple teachers in there drinking coffee and stuff.
Lounging.
Yeah,
I
smoking.
love that you could have just knocked on the door and been like, hey, excuse me, let me in.
He didn't even try to listen.
Yeah.
I just need to go inside there, like, you know,
Like he owned the place.
casually- yeah, confident, you know, with my shoulders up high and all that.
Yeah, so I mean, you walk in, there's literally just two teachers sitting there just drinking some coffee, smoking a cigarette, and you would assume they were talking about school stuff, but now they've kind of stopped and are just looking at you oddly as you walk in.
Are they men or women?
That's a man and a woman.
Hello, beautiful and Mr. I am looking
That's
for.
my wife.
I am looking for the nun. I'm looking for the nuns.
For the nuns?
For the nuns. The pedophile.
Americans have no idea what that means.
I love imagine walking into a fucking teacher's lounge and being like, hi, I'm looking for a pedophile.
Yeah, like they are both extremely confused at this. Like they actually have nothing. Like they're looking to each other, to you. Like
They go to a
what?
wine range.
What?
Hey, listen, alright, I'm a cop now, alright?
And they're like looking at your whole cop uniform as you're saying that, like when you walked in. Like, oh yes.
And yes, and now for the fourth time this week, I am not a stripper. And yes, I am the one with the mustard gas and the shotgun incident, but that was completely irrelevant to this case, alright? Just where is the pedophiles closets? This
There is no
important.
pedophile closet around here, sir.
I take up my notepad and start, you know, writing. Mister, what is your name?
Me, I'm Mr. Mr. Johnson.
Are Mr. Johnson. And you beautiful. I say that as as I shake my hair, you know, my locks.
I'm Mrs. Kirby. Mrs. Kirby to you.
Mrs. Kirby, right? All right. Well, I need the two of you to evacuate the premises immediately.
Evacuate? Is this is there a police matter going on? Pedophiles? What's happening?
Yes, and do not tell this to anybody.
Give
This is-
me, give me a. You're not charming,
He's
I'm
just
right.
A cop constantly talking about the details of an ongoing investigation.
A persuasion, I suppose.
Is there a persuasion? Yeah, try to
Yeah.
persuade. You're trying to persuade them. So, Jesus Christ. So
They're already gone.
it's like, oh my God! They're actually like really scared, and they kind of like they like look around panicked, and Mrs. Kirby runs up to you and she goes here, and she gives you like the keys to the school, and they kind of just like freak out, and they hurriedly just start rushing out of the room.
And you know, Mrs. Kirby, before you leave, Mrs. Kirby,
What?
you know, I always had a crush on you, you know, when I was a kid.
I don't even know you.
I'm new
Except-
here.
I'm a new Tino.
Exactly. Anyways, when they leave, I lock the door, and I will find the lockets of the nuns.
So yeah, in this lounge, there is just kind of like There's like a what looks like a separate room that's full of a bunch of lockers. It's like its own little locker room, but for teachers. It's not exactly like a
That's where I want to go.
it's not a shitty gym locker room either. It's kind of open. There is some like furniture in there, if you will, like little like chairs to kind of sit down in case maybe you were like changing your shoes or I don't know. It's just it's a bit more open than you would assume like a school's locker room, but this is a teacher's locker room, and in here
Vending machines.
it's all just cigarette vending machines. And in here it's all the teachers who work here have a locker in this room. So you're investigating the 3 names that Cecil has sent you out on.
Yeah,
Hopefully, yeah.
that's what I'm trying to find.
All right, so roll me a spot hidden. I mean, I guess it's not really hidden, or it's how do you want to search this room? Because so this is another rule I haven't talked about in Cthulhu. But if you're just gonna sit here and tell me I'm thoroughly searching the room, you're about to take some time, but that means you're gonna look through some shit. If you want to just look it over quick, kind of to try to find it or skim it, then we can do a spot hidden.
I want to quickly, scheme it and see if I can find the name.
So yeah, just throw me a spot hidden quick. Jesus, Christian's on a roll today. So you'll see all these lockers instantly. They're not like right next to each other, but they are actually kind of close. And you pick each one out quick as fuck, like a bunny.
And do I find it?
Yeah,
Yeah, you find the lock.
yeah, you found them. You find them right away.
So with the key, can I open it?
So the key seems to open doors. These lockers are sadly padlocked or old school locker style with a 3 number combination.
But you know what I want to do?
Hmm.
I want to use sheer strength to just try to
Give me a
break
strength
them
roll.
open. Fuck.
My God.
Yeah, you fucking.
What?
These are child cheap ass, like, you know, well, they're not cheap, but they're lockers, and yeah, you just grab hold of. Tell me how you force it open. Tell me how you pull it open.
Alright, so you know what? So first of all, I grabbed the locking mechanism, just literally just pull it out with sheer strength, and then I just manually just put the pins in the right place.
So like, yeah, you do that. It does look broken though. Like where the latch is supposed to be, you can tell there's been some force there. You can't hide that. You put the pins on or whatever. We'll just say it kind of goes back on, but it's definitely, if you look at it on the inside when you open it, it looks like someone has forced this open.
Leaves a note: the deep halados were here.
So yeah, you're in your first locker.
Yeah, and I'm gonna skim through. Tell them.
Who's do you have your list of names?
Of the missing children room.
Of the teachers.
No, I just had them in names of children.
No, CJ gave you the list of the
I
teachers.
gave him the name.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck yeah.
So
Yeah. Then,
who are the 3
sorry, yeah,
teachers
the
again? Fucking
Mr. Dieter,
Dieter,
Mr.
Wesley, and Mrs. Sophie. Yeah, so you're gonna be at Mrs. Sophie's locker first.
alright, so I'm gonna start with this.
The one that he said was least important.
And as soon as he opens up Mrs. Sophie's locker, it's just going to fade to black again. Because this is our fun times investigating, splitting up. And we're going to Drift. Drift, where have you made your way to?
At the music teacher's room. I hear the announcement and I'm like, I'm sure fucking Kurt's gonna take a little bit, and Cecil won't mind waiting.
He won't fucking mind. Hey, he waits all the time, that old fuck. I'm just kidding. But so yeah, you're making your way to the music room, and we're gonna say you're coming upon the music room sexually. So
Is the teacher a man or a woman?
there is currently a man in there, and it seems like there is a chorus class.
God, the music. What a range.
Right? I was hoping for just all I wanted was like the whole time. It's the cops. Did it do?
so I'm gonna walk in, and I'm not gonna interrupt. I'm gonna wait till he's got a moment to come and speak with me. I'll hang out in the back, hands in my Letterman jacket,
So yeah.
leaning up against the wall.
So the kids are what the fuck were some old '70s songs chorus kids would be singing? Jesus.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
Yeah. 50 nifty United States with 13 original colonies. Anyways, so they're all in there. They're doing their chorus. This one kid just has a falsetto that's blowing you away.
I write down his name. No.
He's missing. So the music teacher has like made eye contact with you.
I'm headbanging.
Yeah, the class is like going on, but like this, the thing is the class has just started. So
Right.
I was gonna play this out, but I'm gonna fade to black again on you, and you're about to sit through a whole fucking music class while we go to Cecil, waiting in front of the goddamn janitor's closet really quick, because
I remain waiting until the rest of the group decides to gather.
So that it fades.
Alright, okay.
Back to
No,
Christian.
alright.
I just wanna put my head into the janitorial closet real quick.
So yeah, we cut to Cecil, and he walks up onto the janitor's closet, and the janitor.
I do that really suspicious thing where a man like puts his hands in his pockets, does like a spin in the hallway to make sure no one's looking at him, and then I open up the closet and go inside.
Give me a spot hidden.
Oh no!
Kurt's drug dealer.
No.
So what I rolled was a 19 on a 65, which is an incredibly
hard success. Yeah.
I'm hard by the success.
You are wrecked by this success. But even with this, sadly, with this hard success, with your detective knowledge, well, I say it sadly, but no one's fucking with you at all. Like, no one even knows you're in this school right now. Like, you know that unless, which they probably are, Kurt and Drift are giving away, information they shouldn't be, then everything should be just fine. Like, no one, there's not a lick of not even like an interested, the interested renegade kid skipping class. You're clean as a fucking whistle.
What do I find in the closet?
Well, yeah, with that hard success, the door actually wasn't locked, but inside the janitorial closet, as you peek your head in, janitorial supplies. Yeah, the janitor's fucking.
I pull my gun.
But it seems to be some janitorial supplies. They're at a quick glance you're seeing like cleaning instruments like mops and brooms and stuff, dusters maybe. It looks like they actually do have some paint and stuff stored here. You remember him saying about the renovations or the cleaning that's supposed to happen? Nothing crazy, not crazy renovation, just a revitalizing, if you will. But there is a lock cabinet that catches your eye, but you instantly see that that lock cabinet is like labeled with cleaning supplies, ammonias and bleaches.
Oh yeah, sure. I imagine there's a bunch of cleaning supplies in there. I'm opening that fucking closet.
All right, yeah. So you're walking into. All right, yeah, the closet is locked. So if you want, give me a lock pick, or like Christian, you can try to force it open, or.
Lock pick. Is that like a skill?
It is a skill. I don't know if you're good at lock picking. I think you're the best one.
Yeah, actually, I
in the
am.
group.
All right,
yeah, you're the
I got a 1.
I got a 50.
Oh damn! Yeah, you just got it. So like,
Wow.
this is a weird old lock.
Hands are shaking. I haven't drank
Yeah,
in the last
well-
40 seconds.
And
so...
not only that, but like you can feel this lock's about to break. So like if you didn't know so much about lock picking, you would have just if you would have just fucked up on the last one, you would have actually broke this whole fucking thing. But you take out your small can of WD-40 and stuff. No, but yeah, when you open this,
I can't get the top of it, so I take out my smaller can of WD-40.
exactly.
Yeah.
So when you open this locked cabinet of that's labeled as cleaning supplies, inside you find cleaning supplies. You find bleach and ammonia and soap.
A severed head.
Yeah, and there is a small pentagram made out of toes.
Well, that's all usual stuff that you find in a janitor's closet. So.
The toes. There's a small bed. But
It's
yeah, it
not a
is.
bed, it's just a pillow and blanket on the ground.
You
You know he sleeps here.
like inside you are kind of like, dude, you're disappointed, but there is nothing in here. There's no what looks like tangible evidence. This seems like cleaning supplies to the best
You
of
have
your
an
knowledge.
urge to clean the floor. You have an
It's-
overwhelming
Yeah.
urge.
So they've been doing a lot of like cleaning out of the lower levels of this place. Is there a like bundled together bit of paper that's just blueprints?
Um,
Can I say I find something like that? That
I would tell
because
you
I
to give me
assume these
like,
guys have been.
well, I'd tell you to give me a luck roll for it, but we'll say
Hell
like
yeah.
there's actually like in the janitor's closet there's like a map on the wall. You know what I mean? Behind like that plexi stuff, kind of, or like just some glass. It's the
Oh.
'70s. But there's like a mounted
Uh,
map, like, and it's mall style, like it's like you are here.
Can I see the parts of the building that are basically like in disrepair that are being like cleared out?
So there's uh give me another spot hit.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm gonna make you guys roll dice, right?
48 out of 65.
Perfect. So what you're noticing as you're looking at this map is it's layered. You can slide this open, touch it, but as you do that, you notice there is actually a map behind it too, an older map. Like they just pinned this one over it,
I'm taking both of them.
Yeah, all right.
I slide it out of the plexiglass.
So yeah, now whenever you want, like when you pause the game, there's like a Resident Evil map with you're the
yeah.
triangle.
I find the typewriter in this room and save real quick.
All right, perfect. Actually,
out.
yeah. Going
quick
back to
save.
Christian as he opens, when it fades out to Cecil tucking these maps away. How, do you tuck them into your breast pocket or?
Inside pocket on my suit jacket.
All right,
And then
yeah.
I will close the door behind me.
And then he just
Specifically, actually, I want to find like have the janitors written anything on this map about like where areas they've cleaned out already or anything like that?
Not on this map specifically. This looks like a regular map of the facilities themselves.
I very, very quickly use just a pen that I carry around with me all the time
Mhm.
to like very much like make a small X in the corner of all the rooms that are in use.
Okay.
So rooms that I will not have to go take a look at. I'm eliminating the rooms. I want to
Yeah.
where the old lower levels are.
Mm-hmm. And you can tell obviously that there's some differences in these maps. So like you're making these connections right now, which rooms you might want to go and explore. But yeah, it doesn't like it's you can kind of, you've been doing this for a while. You don't know this school as good as maybe these guys, but you can discern pretty quickly, like you're saying, some rooms that will be completely useless to your investigation.
Navigate of 70, so I'm very good at
Oh
reading
damn,
them.
yeah. So well,
Yeah.
all right. So as you're doodling on your newly found map, it'll fade to black, and it'll go back to Kurt opening the locker of Mrs. I fucking keep forgetting the names I gave them, but he'll be opening his locker. But I do gotta take another 10-minute break really quick. It's 9 o'clock now. I thought we'd go for 2 hours. I really gotta piss. All right, I'm sorry. Pee break, boys. Pee break.
Take a pee, boys, my homies. Hey, Itchy. Itchy. Fuck. CJ. Damn. Okay then. Shalom.
I went to pissed Christian.
Yay.
I went to piss Christian.
What's with all of your small bladders?
What do you mean? It's just because we drink water and you don't.
I've been drinking beer and water.
And you've had to piss 2 times during this game?
Mm-hmm.
No more or no less than anybody else?
Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Why are you always hating, CJ?
Fuck you.
You know, right now I'm trying to fish for compliments, man.
Fuck you.
Wow. This is why your country hates you, CJ.
My country hates me for a lot of reasons.
Okay. I apologize.
Itchy, are you back?
He's dead. So, I know I haven't given you guys too many scary things yet. Is this okay so far, or is this too much?
Yeah, I'm having really much fun, man.
Alright.
No, this is good.
Even though we haven't started the Cthulhu set yet.
We're about to go into the Cthulhu stuff. I know it seems, you know.
That old Cthulhu mythos. Oh, I forgot to bring it up, Christian, and I just got to, because you were talking about skincare earlier. Skin problems. I'm 33 this year, right? And I've been a hippie for a really long time. So, I was like, fuck, man, I'm sick of these calluses on my feet, right? And, so I looked some shit up on Reddit. People were like, use this whatever cream. And, if you live with hardwood floors, like, buy slippers or whatever. You know, my feet are so fucking crazy better after, like, 3 days. I can't even believe it.
It's kind of hard improving your skin when you wake up with blood in your bed, you know, after sleeping.
With all the blood?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was crazy because I had some hardcore hippie feet, you know what I'm saying? I can walk outside.
Yeah, I got those hippie feet as well.
But I was blown away though, because I try to. I'm not saying I don't take care of my feet, because I try to use the stones and the scrubbers, right? But fucking just this cream shit blew me away. I was like, wow, I got regular feet again.
Yeah, man. Like, but I really hope I can do something with my skin soon, or else I have to go back to the fucking hospital again, and that's boring as fuck.
I'm surprised they don't have like, well, you don't have like a prescription type lotion that at least like helps.
He does. He's
Oh.
getting one. It's gonna be really expensive.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm using that. It helps, but only like short term, you know.
Yeah.
Always.
You're gonna have to put him in a bubble.
Yeah.
Gonna have to bubble boy him.
He's the bubble boy now.
He's the bubble boy now. You're gonna have to call him Christian, the
That
bubble
was-
boy.
That was one of my, honestly, as a kid, one of the terrible movies that I watched constantly was that Bubble Boy remix from the 90s, I want to say 2000s.
Christian, the bubble boy.
Bubble Boy, we're down.
Bubble boy.
We set him up a hamster house.
Push him in the bayou. He made his way across because he's in a bubble.
Bubble Boy.
So I don't know if any of you have been inside a a hospital for multiple weeks, but it's boring as hell.
Christian, the bubble boy. No, I've been in the hospital before for a very long time. I mostly just slept my way through it, like very depressively.
Right. That's what I do. I wonder if we can listen to playlists on Watch together.
Bada bing, bada boom. Yeah, I was really lucky, since I haven't had any major outbreaks, when I was on vacation, which was essential, for having a good time.
Fuck yeah.
I even went to, one of those, famous, spas in Hungary, which is really supposed to be really good for your skin. Because they contain so much, minerals and stuff. What the fuck are you talking about, CJ? Call me by my name, you coward.
Have you tried any weird dietary shit at all to see if it would help, Christian? Like, have you tried like no dairy diets or like fucking less sugar or something intakes?
I don't have any allergies, Elm.
I'm just saying to help improving with the condition.
It's his genetics.
Just genetic? Oh, alright.
His fucking genetics.
Damn.
He ain't gonna put like a drop of onion juice in a fucking glass of water and make himself better that way.
When you say it like genetics, I feel like a Nazi when you say it, because for me personally, I understand plant genetics the most, right? So when you're like, no, that's Christian's genetics, I'm like, fuck, I'll cut you down, Christian. Cut you right the fuck down.
It's eugenics, Elm.
No.
Popularized by Charles Darwin's cousin.
Eugene?
Very popular in America before it made its way to Europe and actually founded the Nazi Party.
Right? No, I know.
Well, I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure if how much my genetics has to do with the Nazi Party.
We weren't comparing you this time.
Yeah, we know. We know who your great grandfather built castles for.
It was before they were Nazis, right?
Your great grandfather building like Wolfenstein
Hey,
style fucking.
That castle today is a Russian orphanage, right? You bitch.
Oh, for Ukraine children that they've kidnapped.
Oh my god, you fucking bitch, man. You fucking bitch. You bitch. Go to sleep, man, you bitch.
It's bedtime.
Go and collect your welfare, you bitch.
The only thing he can do is tell me to go to sleep because he has no answer to me blowing him the fuck out of the water like that.
Well, at least my cousin is not responsible for, NATO imperialism in Afghanistan.
That sounds very oddly specific, as the kids say. Are you sure about that?
First of all, my great-great-great-grandfather would have had to be involved in that situation. That was fucking the 1900s.
Y'all are gonna be really proud of me, when I tell y'all my story.
I already am proud of you.
No, you are not, Elm. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, yeah, the story that Elm has to turn the stream off for you to tell. I remember.
No, he doesn't have to turn the stream off.
Oh?
I just wanted to, it was just, to spice it up,
I'm more disappointed now.
I've returned.
Welcome back.
Should we go until we're all together again and we start the little bit and then we can like end it there for the night?
The what? I'm sorry.
Should we go until we're all together at the janitorial lounge and then we can call it for the night?
I mean, you and Itchy could meet up if you want, because Christian's still trying to go through those fucking lockers.
Itchy wants
And
to
I'm
talk
still
to the
trying to
music
talk to
teacher.
the music.
Oh,
So
yeah.
let them do both those scenes and then we can
We'll
meet
tie
at
it
the-
up. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
This will be part one of a two-part one shot.
Fucking at this rate, I don't know how long.
Like a 4-part one shot.
It's like the Hunger Games movies,
Listen, I'm not gonna say you guys are close or far because I don't want to give anything away. So I think maybe four
No,
games.
I think I've put things together. I think I've got an idea of what's gonna happen.
Yeah, hopefully no one would ever deflect you. I'm just kidding. I can't anticipate you, CJ. I'm not a god. I'm not giving anything away. You guys, I'm not telling you if you're hot or cold.
You know, it was Christian. Was that the thing?
We're gonna fade into Christian opening this locker of of the Mrs. Teacher, Mrs. English teacher. Christian.
Sophie or some bullshit.
Yeah, Mrs. Sophie.
Sophie Turner.
So Christian, as you go into this locker, you do find like some lady paraphernalia, if you will. There's, for whatever reason, there's an extra purse in here, an extra pair of shoes, some bits of makeup, and a few books about cats.
I want to shuffle extra through to see if I find something extra spicy, man.
Just give me a spot hidden again, or just give me a luck. Actually, I just want a luck roll.
Okay, boomer.
Give me some fucking luck.
Push your luck. Push your luck.
Extreme success.
Holy shit.
So, Christian, in this locker, when you're looking through these cat books, you actually find a small envelope. Inside this small envelope is $200 and a list of names.
Oh my god, I will take it, man. And what's on the list of names?
It's just a list of names. It's just a blank envelope with a list of names in it.
This was in Mrs. Sophie's
Yes.
one? Okay.
I'm gonna take all of the money.
All right.
And alright, so I'm gonna now turn to Mr. Didrik. Didrich. the
Mr.
Nazi.
Dieters.
Is the list of
Mr.
names
Hitler?
the name of the missing kids, or is it just a list of names?
It is just like a list of names. But, it was, Jeffrey D. Pilato or what the fuck ever.
Oh, he's on there, the one who went missing?
Oh, on Christian's list?
Yeah.
No. I'm sorry. There's none of the missing kids. I thought if you meant it was just a broad list. This is not a list from what Christian can tell of the missing children that he can discern of yet.
But he just still takes the money.
Yeah, he takes the money, and I'm assuming the list as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
They already know someone.
when
broke
the reason
lock.
the thing I will say about this list, the reason he's not connecting it to any misses to kids is there's a Mr. and Mrs. in front of some of these names. Not for sure that some of them couldn't be kids' names, but indicating to him that this is probably a list of adults. So yeah, going to Mr. Dieter's locker, lock pick it, fucking slamming it open again.
I'm gonna slam it open.
All right, strength check. Fucking, you because of how you knew how to open that last locker, you knew exactly where to grab this one. You did the same thing, just wedge it open. He's a good cop. He's a good kid. So yeah, it's in the and as soon as you actually open this locker, Christian, there seems to be some like unlabeled what you're assuming are chemicals, like some kind of just some substances, some liquid, some powder.
Can I
And
open them? Can I open them and sniff them?
yes, if you want.
Alright, what do I?
As soon as so you see a small kind of it's not like packed, but it's a neat kind of package of some vials and jars, different sizes. And as soon as you open the locker and kind of go towards this box and see that it's full of it has a very strong chemical odor, like when you smell bleach. Like it has a really strong aroma coming off of it initially before opening anything. You're gonna open it and taste it still?
I just want to shuffle through. I just want to shuffle through, man.
The box of chemicals or the whole locker?
The entire locker room.
Alright, so yeah, you find this odd unlabeled box of chemicals. In the locker again, there is a few fucking books and stuff, extra pair of socks, pocket watch, and a few sets of glasses, and you find a receipt from Burger World, everyone's favorite burger chain.
Oh, hello, Burger World. What is this fat ass eating, man? What did he order?
So when you look at the receipt, you see that he was having a triple decker bacon burger, with extra Reagan sauce.
Fucking Reagan.
Yeah, and he had some Ronald fries, not McDonald. Again, Reagan.
All right. Well, I think I'm done in this locker. If there isn't anything more.
Mr.
interesting.
Dieters. Nope, doesn't seem to be.
All right, then I will go to the third end.
Yeah. Surprisingly, just a big red armband in Mr. Dieter. That's weird.
Odd. Toy rockets.
Strange.
Um.
Boy, this is a V8 toy. That's V8 missile. That's...
You find
Surprisingly detailed.
you find a map that says hidden Nazi gold.
Oh wow! Oh, I already know where that is.
Oh no,
Yeah, Switzerland.
Christian's sleeping on it.
I also found out, I have a 1 in locksmith.
Nice. So what are you trying
Me
to
as well.
locksmith this next one?
Oh
You were
my
close.
God.
Yeah.
Use
Close.
use your luck. You use 3 points of luck.
So
and go.
yeah,
I gotta-
so you can spend
gotta-
your luck. Yeah.
Just
No,
do strength.
I'm gonna use my strength again.
Oh my God.
He's like, what the fuck am I doing picking this?
He gets really close. He's gonna fucking.
Yeah,
rip
he's
off.
listening to the tumblers fall into place, and the last one doesn't click, and he's like, fuck.
He's one tiny turn away from getting it and just gives up.
Is
and
that what
rips
you,
it off.
Christian? Tell us what you do, quick. I'm not trying to dictate for you.
Alright, I'm just gonna rip it open, man.
Yeah, after you.
Like fucking all Doom, Doom Eternal style.
All right. So again, just as easy as the last lockers. Well, not as easy. You're getting just a tiny bit tired as you go on, but just a tiny bit, not much. You could use another donut. But yeah, you rip this locker right the fuck open, and this is who is this, Mister? This was the English teacher.
No, this was Dieta. He was the last one. And he's the science teacher.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
Mrs. Sophie was English. Mr. Wesley was math. Which
Yeah,
he-
no,
okay,
oh
this
yeah,
is Mr. Wesley.
yeah. This is Mr. Wesley. We just did Mr. Daters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so then Mr. Wesley.
Yeah. So in Mr. Wesley's locker, you find bowling shoes. You find size 6 bowling shoes, women's.
Baka.
Never
Women's
trust a man who bowls.
size 6
Kill him.
bowling shoes. But you also find the school kind of cafeteria, like a stack of lunch menus. And there's a post-it note on top that says distribute. And you can see it's like this week's lunch menu or whatever. And there's what's it called? An abacus or whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got an abacus in there because math.
loves math.
He fucking loves it. There's actually an Einstein poster in his. It says I love math. Math equals me is what it says. C squared. Yeah, but besides that, that's kind of what you find in this one. It's really funky in there, if you can't hear it.
You feel the
Alright,
funk eating down.
Nothing. So there's nothing else. Nothing else is spotted with my little eye.
Not really, no. Not even gonna make your
Alright.
spot hidden, because there might necessarily not be anything in there.
All right. Well, then I will head outside and go to the go and find Mr. Gray.
Detective Gray, first grade.
All right.
Detective Gray, DM.
So you heed the announcement and you walk to find Detective Gray, and as you're walking past, you hear the slight hymns of musical classes, and you think nothing of it, and make your way to the janitor's office. And you show up at the janitor's office, and we're gonna say it's been like 15-20 minutes into the period probably. So like you show up, and what you and Cecil don't know is you still have like a kind of bit of awkwardly time of a wait for Itchy in this music class.
Well, some of this stuff should be going on simultaneously.
It is, but I'm making you suffer, as in like right now, like
Through them.
the
They don't
teacher
stop
has
singing
not
the
stopped. Yeah, they just kept singing the whole time as you just stand there. So
While we wait for Instagram, I'm gonna try to do small talk with Detective Gray.
So as you're walking up towards the janitor closet, and you would see Detective Gray. He might not be scribbling in his notes anymore, but he is definitely outside of the janitorial closet. And as soon as you walk up to say hi, it fades to black and it goes to drift inside of the music room.
You walk up with your best fishing pun, and then it fades.
So they're like singing like they're doing like, was it 70s? Could you do Michael Jackson covers in the 70s when he was a child? I think. Rocking in the treetop all night long, puffing and singing that song, and there's just the kids screaming this shit. Itchy's sitting there snapping his fingers, fucking boogie oogieing and shit. So finally one of the kids, like, they get to the end of the song and this one kid just holds this note crazy, and then he
Brings
stops.
A tear to my eye.
Yeah, he does that
I forget all
dove.
about the case, and I go talk to him about his talent.
It's-
Ask him how much he loves his family.
So yeah, this kid. So yeah, they all stop singing, and the teacher goes, hey, ceviche, oh, vaminoso, oh, whoa, starts snapping. What a fantabulous job! I can't believe it again. All right, everyone, take to rest your voice. Don't rest it too hard. We'll warm back up in a minute. Drink your water. And he steps over and he starts coming over towards you.
And I also walk towards him. I say, hey.
So you enjoying the show of the up and coming?
Oh yeah, these kids got some real talent. Like I used to go here in my day. I never heard nothing like that.
You went here? Wait a minute. Throw me a luck roll. Let me see if. Don't I know you?
Oh, me? Me?
I wish you had failed, so he goes, "You're the son of a bitch who cost us the game."
Drift. State champs.
Yeah.
State champ
Yeah.
right here.
So you got change for a 20?
Listen, I'm a music teacher.
I don't have $1 in my name.
Yeah, I did this out of the kindness of my heart, and I live with my we invited you over for spaghetti the other night.
Oh, right.
I live with my mother.
How's your
I'm
dog
63. You had spaghetti with her. She's fine. She's doing great. Sharp as a fucking horse. What?
She's been good since then? She been doing good since then, you know?
She's always doing good. She's who taught me how to sing. And,
Say, you know any students named Abby? Might be a friend of Josh White.
Abby, friend of Josh White. What grade we talking? Huh?
We're talking about elementary school.
Elementary. My dear Watson. Hell.
I believe he was 9 years old.
9-ish, huh? Yeah. Let me take a look at my list of 9-year-olds.
Really, just anyone named Abby.
Anyone?
The age isn't that important. You know, they could be
Age
friends
is
with
not
a
important at
age.
this. I found it in a 4th grader's desk, but age is not important at a school that caters to all ages.
You could be friends with somebody in a different grade. Okay, come on. Anybody named Abby that could be.
I got a teacher named Abby. I got a janitor named Abby.
Any of them teach Josh White?
Hold on. I'm gonna actually look through my list of attendance here. Oh yeah. There's one Abby, and this one's 11. But yeah, she comes in and she does some singing. She's in fucking whose class is she in? Mr. Jones's.
All right, Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jimmy Jones.
All right, yeah, it's very helpful. You got a vision? Sorry,
The Vision?
yeah, sorry, I just thought I heard you say. Yeah, my bad. So, would you be teaching any sort of songs? You know of any songs that are, make you feel special?
He just looks and locks eye contact with you and starts humming the song of your dreams. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Wait, what do you mean? Weird songs?
It's light. It's charming.
Light?
It's an inviting melody.
Oh yeah, hold on. And he goes and he grabs a trombone. He goes. "Bum, bum, bada, boo, boo, bada, boo, 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 boo." You know.
Is this a song for my dreams?
No, this is the Sanford and Son theme. So.
Listen, I'm gonna try and hum the song, dude. I'm not too good at humming this song. It's in my brain
Give
somewhere.
me another
right?
fucking occult roll, you piece of shit. You're shitty. Ba-ba-ba-da-boop. Ski, like this, ba-ba-ba-da-boop.
Yeah. It's
That's the
sorry,
Scatman.
I
Classic
sang it wrong again,
70s.
My bad. So, you take a trip through your mind.
Sorry, I get
I
there's
think I'm marking
lyrics.
up the wrong. Could you point me to this Abby character?
Yeah, Mr. Jim Jones class, what is this, 5th grade, I guess?
All right.
yeah.
I'll talk to you later. You keep it fresh. Keep it. Hey, say, you get changed for that 20. You let me know.
Goodbye! The whole class starts singing with him.
I go to Mr. Teacher Jim Jones's class.
So on your way to Mr. Jim Jones's class, you see Cecil and Kurt outside of a janitor closet.
Lock eyes for a moment.
No, they're directly in your way there.
Oh, no. Hey, Drift.
Excuse me, I'm looking for.
Hey, no, Drift.
Well, yeah.
Here, now.
I gotta go talk to. I gotta find a kid.
Drift.
I gotta leave.
Here, now. Drift.
Let me show you this note.
Uh-huh.
I know
What's the
this
note?
song.
What's the note saying?
So this is a note that I found in the classroom. It was in Josh White's desk. It says to Abby. All right, trying to find out who Abby is. Still working on that. I gotta leave. He's talking about a dream world. Okay, he explains the scenes of his dreams of a blissful place. He wrote something down about a special song in all the dreams. It was the song making it feel special. You know, light, charming, inviting melody. Little pictures of stars and mushrooms here. I really resonate with this. I feel like I had the same dream. Same dream about that song. I can't quite, hum the song like I want to. Like
Try to. So as Itchy goes bop bop bada boop, but as he tries to actually hum the song, both of you kind of feel a familiar twinge. Kurt, what he's the noise he's trying to produce is some of the same noises you have possibly been hearing, and in the way that he starts singing it for you, Cecil, it hits a weird chord that resonates with you again. These flashes of these odd encounters you've seemed to for no specific reason. There's these encounters that you don't remember them from a war drama or anything like that. These are just some weird new happenings, and you haven't really. I don't know. It's up to you guys. None of you really brought this into question, really, because it comes and goes very fast. These feelings, but it's very odd when Drift starts humming this. You guys are drawn to it and kind of connected. Like, wait a minute, I feel like I've almost experienced this. But anyways,
what do you think of that? I gotta find this Abby character, this fella.
Would you knock it the fuck off? I've got an actual lead. What are we following a little kids? No, I don't give a fuck. Come on,
Pretty good
you
lead.
following me?
Did Kurt find anything in the lockers? Kurt, you find anything?
Yeah. Actually, I did. I found
You've been standing here with Cecil for like 40 minutes. You just haven't told him about it until now.
I tried to make small talk, like, hey,
Cecil told him to shut up every time every time Cecil just stood there silent, ignoring him, pointedly.
Yeah, I found in the English teacher's name, Miss Sophie Turner, I believe her name was. I found a list of names, and yeah, nothing else.
List
All
of
right, well,
names.
that seems crooked. We can never take a look at that. But let me lay it out for you, very simple. Like, there are areas of the school that no one's been inside of for fucking years. And in recent weeks, the custodial staff has been told to go in there and clean them out. Now, if I'm a fucking nonce, and there's some secret area of this school where I can lure children, murder them, or do whatever the fuck I want with them, and then leave them there, and no one's ever gonna fucking find them again, that's what I'm gonna do, right?
Are you gonna do that, Cecil? I thought you've been on the force for a while. That sounds like doesn't sound like you.
No, Drift. We're gonna go find those kids and hope they're still fucking alive.
Why do you know so much about nonsense, Mr. Gray?
So I've been catching them for
Are you the
years,
special
Kurt.
victims unit?
I mean, a couple of times, yeah. A lot of the serial killers, they, once they're done with the kids, they off them.
Like the Penwick pedophile.
Oh, That's a good one, Cecil.
Let's go take a fucking look for those kids. And I hand out the torches for the two of them.
And when you think of that, CJ, I'm not trying to force PTSD on you, but like those kids' faces flash into your head really quick when you say
Yeah.
it.
That's why I'm a little bit annoyed with Drift being like, I want to go talk to a kid about, like, dream shit. Cecil's like, no, there's probably a bunch of bodies here. We're going to have to close this fucking school down. I don't want to deal with this.
I'm not trying to be
But
on the
he's
news.
trying to, yeah, he's trying to get this done with. But
Nobody
we
would
just
hurt the
take,
community like that. Their own
we
family.
just take the torches. We'll go into the fucking parts of the school that we can get into. And we'll take a look, see if we can't find any of them.
Oh, all right, yeah. Sounds pretty good.
Alright, let's
You are the
go.
detective.
And then it
if they
fades
walk
to
along
the credits. It's like fucking
end of the
Cecil
episode.
Gray, played by Duke Tentacle. But really quick, if I know you're trying to get out of here, CJ, or fuck call it, but as it fades to gray, or it fades to like Finn, will be a little Finn screen, part 1. I want to zoom in kind of on each character, and I just kind of want just a little internal monologue of today's events, and we're just gonna start by the pictures. I'm just gonna zoom in on Cecil. Like, you guys are going to take the step, and it's all gone black and white, and it says Finn, and then it zooms into your face, and it's like a monologue for the thoughts of today, and you know what I'm saying, cop, detective, please.
Monday, the 18th of September, 1970.
70 Reagan.
70X.
19 Reagan Nixon.
It's like I'm saying a slur. I haven't made much headway with this case of the missing children, but then again, it has been the first fucking, I believe, 5 hours that we've been working on
Yeah,
this
maybe.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drift has some good instincts, but Kurt is about as sharp as a beach ball. I'm hoping that the school's old dilapidated sections don't have a bunch of child corpses waiting to be discovered. Whoever's behind this, well, they've been acting quick and dirty. Brazenly taking kids. Too short a time. Not the usual kind of serial killer behavior you get. I'm expecting butchery. And I'm worried that's what I'm gonna find. End log, computer.
And log star date.
Computer, delete log.
Can I live with it? I can live with it.
I can
I
live
have
with
to
it.
live with it.
I can live with it.
I will live with it.
I'm sorry, I should have.
Computer delete log.
Computer delete log. I should have done this one first. All right, so what is this?
So what's the ending? What's the ending song?
What he's doing right now.
Yeah,
It's
is
an
it?
old extension. Browser.
So
extension
weird.
required.
Yeah, this is weird. I don't
Yeah.
want an extension. I'd rather not.
Neither do I. Just pick
Yeah,
on
don't
another
do
one.
that. Don't do that.
Just find the ending song, man, and the intro or the intro song.
Weird. Why is
Right?
it broken?
Oh no, hold on. I thought that one would have fucking worked.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe it's the add to playlist thing, because I tried to throw in a whole fucking 70s funk playlist. Here we go. Is this it? That's what I needed. Skip ahead. I was hoping for a more calm down one. Alright, so then it zooms out, and then we zoom into fucking Drift, Sun King.
Really hoping. I can't believe how many people don't carry around change for a 20. Good thing I brought that Letterman jacket today. Really hoping to find out more about this Abby character. She could be the key to crack this case wide open. But I'll trust the detective on that one. Me, I live to ride. I ride doesn't live. And that Kurt kid, he did not follow a single one of my orders today. I tell you that right now. I bet he was just wandering around, bumming around, I probably should have supervised him. We didn't leave the trunk locked, so we could have got that shotgun at any moment.
Those
But
kids.
I still got it. I still got it.
And then it just zooms out to you, a view of the still frame, and then we zoom into Kurt.
He is so close. Oppenheimer. I'm going to drag out both of his testicles and throw them at him like it's Fat Boy and Little Man. Oh, he deserves what is coming for beating me in class. He deserves everything. He was my #1 bully 3 years ago. If I don't let my if I don't reel myself in, it might be another incident,
And they'll never be able to take me back out.
and I will never.
Ain't a
Go
net
and-
big enough for this catch.
Yeah, leave us with a fishing quote.
Most people, life is like fishing. Most people don't know what fish they are fishing for.
And then it fades back out and the credits roll. This was a Duke Tintingle production.
You've done like the water's always stillest before the big catch. Or something like that.
Just when you're packing up, getting ready to go, that's when you reel in the big one.
You never stick your hand in the water until you know what's on the hook.
Next time, next time I will get some really, edgy fishing quotes.
One the
Hell yeah.
hook is worth one in the net.
2 on my
I only-
plate.
I only know Norwegian ones, right? And they don't translate well.
They don't translate good. All right, and
Because they all sound sexist.
I was already looking for self-glorification earlier, but got it. And I do just hope you guys, regardless that we didn't get to the scary parts yet, but
No, that was good.
hopefully
We're
it's
doing normal detective
yeah,
work.
good
We're
Cthulhu
insane.
detective times.
Yeah, but we're doing normal detective work.
Yeah,
Oh, I love that picture of your classic car, CJ.
and
Yeah,
Beautiful.
baby.
it's that CJ actually when you just said that I'm gonna need you guys to actually say that more. I see like good police work. That's good police work.
good police.
Good police work.
Good for the community.
It's good
This
police.
is good police work for the community.
Those kids straight, put them on the right path.
It's fucking good police work.
So before you, all of you go, since all of y'all
End the stream before he tells the story.
Oh, all right, we'll give him his privacy.
fine. I don't need privacy.